Hello everyone, welcome to the Space Viking Chronicles. This is our SVK4KIDS episode. Crazy madness that happens because you guys. But basically this is our season 2 where we play Dungeons and Dragons for the kids at St Jude. And you can join in and be part of it by doing !St Jude in the chat channel right there. And you can affect the game. It's nuts. Because you donate things, and all of the things right there above our wonderful Quiet Geek up there are ways that you can donate to the channel, and well, not to the channel, but to the kids at St. Jude to make things happen. $5 inspiration, $10 natty 1 or natty 20, $15 wild magic, $20 for a magic item, and $30 for a threat. Make sure you let me know who the item is going to or who the thing is going to. And if you do the natty 1 or natty 20, make sure you also say who the natty 1 or 20 is going to. And you have to actually leave a comment. I know that it asks you a question. I need to edit that. But you have to leave it in the comments, otherwise it doesn't actually tell me, which seems really silly that when I add a question, it doesn't give me a place to read the answers. So, I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, so we're gonna go around the spaceships and have everybody introduce themselves, and not their characters yet, other than the two that are already announced. So the two new players that you're seeing here. They are not going to say who their characters are. Although you can see right now underneath their names. Shh, pretend. You see nothing. Also, if you are watching live on Twitch, we have a handy dandy, I think everybody in the party this time actually has all their characters on D&D Beyond extension, so you can actually see all of their characters and whatnot, which is cool. So starting things off, Snaz2150, tell people who you are and who your character is.
I'm Snaz2150. I've been a Space Viking for 15 months now. And,
today's his anniversary.
And I am playing Illikin, a Goliath fighter who, the last time he had appeared, he got whisked away by wild magic.
Let's be honest. You didn't get whisked away. You opened a door, and there was a tomb, like a tomb thing, like that was sitting there, like something that a dead body would be in. He pushed it open and went into it.
Hey, that was... You're leaving some details out. I walked through the door, then the door disappeared.
That's true. He was inside of an inn, he walked out, then he was outside on a mountaintop in the middle of nowhere.
It's fine.
So the only logical choice is to go forward.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Go right in. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be
fine. Sorry.
Anything else you want to add in there, Snaz?
No, that's about it. His entire family's dead.
Oh, and Web my entire family. Web DM, thank you for the raid. They just raided us with 23 amazing people in their party. So thank you all for joining us. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons for the kids. You just tuned in right at the beginning as we're introducing characters. Well, the characters that are in the party so far. So welcome. We hope that you have fun. Oh yeah, and your family's dead. How's that going for you?
Yeah. Still trying to find out what killed him, or who killed him.
Did you get any hints in the first episode that you were in?
Yeah, I found out that. Wrote it down here. The Arctic Hounds. It was written in Draconic on the crossguard that I found, buried in the body of my father.
Yeah. So that's interesting. What did it say?
It was just the name, Arctic Hounds. It was, which leads to a pack of orcs who dress as direwolves. About all I know.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? Wonder where those orcs are that are dressed as direwolves.
Totally not down these steps.
You're going down the steps, yeah. Next up, we have Maya, the ever mischievous Maya, who is played by Tech Priest Khan. Tech Priest, tell us a little bit about who you are and, of course, who Maya is.
Hello, I'm Tech Priest Khan, the residential lurker, and I'm playing Maya, the rogue drow who I think is going to be the death of her sister, not by any means of action, but just a pure stress. And keep in mind, she's the older one. It's eventful. The last session, she did get knocked out.
Yeah.
Hard.
We're all worried.
In fact, how many death saves did you roll last episode?
4 or 5-ish, somewhere
No,
in that
You
range.
can't do 4 or 5. There's only 3, and then you're dead.
Well, I mean, I succeeded, I failed, succeeded, I think. So 4.
Oh, because you got the crit, so that's why you came back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 2. Was it just 2, Kathanis? It was.
Yeah, I think you just rolled 2. I think you succeeded 1, you failed 1, and then someone donated to bring you back, to give you an natty 20.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Then that would be your other 2. That's probably why you had written 3.
Yeah, my brain's fried. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, Maya was on the brink of death, and then her sister, as she came alive, her sister Rose, who's played by another wonderful character named Stan, or another player who's named Stan, who you see in chat if you're watching live on Twitch. They came back into the building and burned the orphanage down. So, it's fine. Everything's fine. Just burning orphanages. It's
That's like a Goliath-sized oops right there.
yeah.
Gave me crap for breaking into
She
it.
went
My
in
sister
there
burned it
with
down.
a vengeance and an anger that her sister almost died and just like lit everything on fire. It was so badass. And of course, moving to our new players, don't tell us who your characters are because we don't want people to know, but you can talk a little bit about who you are, and how you, if you don't want to talk too much about like who you are, you can talk about how you found the Space Vikings, because this is how we run this campaign, is that anybody who is a Space Viking, and basically is a sub to the Twitch channel, can be part of this campaign. Everyone starts at level 3. The world is persistent, so anything that anybody does to the world, like let's say you donate and half the continent falls off because wild magic, half the continent has fallen off for everyone. Yay. So tossing it over to Mal, who's one of our newest players, who's just joining us in season 2, which I'm really excited about.
Hello, I'm Mal. I just kind of got into D&D a few months ago. Because I had no opportunity to play it before this, and the DM that I play with referred me to Maggie because good streamer and really fun. I've been here for 2 months, so I'm not some crazy veteran like the other guys here, but
2 months is pretty good, man. Some people are new, and they've only been here for today. Today's their first time.
I play a lot of video games and stuff, and mostly World of Warcraft and all that.
Yeah, we had a little discussion about how I think that Mr. Pandaria is...
Pandas are the best race! Pandas are the best race!
Worst expansion ever. Moving on to... Shots fired. Moving on to our final character here, who is actually a new character, but Quiet Geek is from our first campaign, which was in season 1. So it is not a new player per se, but new to season 2. Tell us who you are, and of course, don't talk about your character yet.
Yeah. So yeah, as Maggie said, I've been around for a while. Most people can find me on the Space Viking Discord, as well as a few that intersect with other parts of the vast Discord verse. I've been around for quite a while, and last season I should say, was such a blast. I had to come back, so here I am, looking forward to the chaos that will inevitably ensue.
Yes, which chaos you will endure, I'm sure. So again, like I said, if you're new, the world is persistent. We have new characters. Everyone starts at level 3, and every session you join, you continually get experience until you level up. So as you see, we have a variety of experience leveled players. We have level 3 all the way up to level 6 for this episode. And then if you look over here to the right, that's how you can donate and affect the game, which I will constantly be paying attention to. Try to get that up right now. So last episode doesn't really pertain to this episode per se, but we had an episode where our lovely friend here, Illiken, stepped out of the tavern. So we're gonna start with him in this episode. Illiken opens the door to the tavern, walks out in pursuing of a person who they think did something, right? Like they hear some noises going on outside. So he opens the door to go towards the sound of something going on outside. And instead of seeing that, he walks forward into what looks like a mountaintop. There's snow around him, and the ice on the ground is like this giant lake in the middle that he's stepping into. And as he steps forward, you can see a little bit underneath the snow is the ice underneath the water of the lake. And he turns around and the door is gone. And he looks around and that's kind of what he sees. He's in the middle of a lake. But there's something there in the middle of the lake. And he walks towards it. He pushes open the it basically is like a little tomb where like maybe it looks like someone would, you'd keep like a dead person there, like he pushes it open to not find anyone who's dead in there. He looks down and there's actually a stairway. He climbs over it, steps down, and follows the stairs. As he continues down the stairway, it's dark, hard to see. Do you have dark vision?
I do not have dark vision. So, going to, in my offhand, take out a torch and light it up. And in my main hand, I'm going to have my longsword.
Okay. So as he walks forward, it becomes so dark that he can't see. So he pulls out this torch and holds his weapon in his hand at the ready, kind of holding the lantern or holding the torch out and moving forward. Are you kind of being sneaky, or are you just going like at a normal pace? Are you running?
He's kind of on edge, I guess I should say. So he's attempting to be sneaky.
All right,
however sneaky you can be in chainmail.
Roll me that wonderful stealth check. And thank you, Frank. That will be played. We'll see how that goes.
I wish I wasn't wearing chainmail.
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, that's survival.
Oh, it looks like you're not querying your rolls. Are you supposed to be rolling at disadvantage?
Yeah, I'm wearing chainmail.
Oh, you're rolling chainmail. Okay. Yeah. So with a 15, that's pretty good. You're being stealthy. You're being quiet. So even though you're wearing chainmail, you're like taking steps and like you hear a little bit of like the chainmail hitting like pieces of your other armor, and so you kind of like slow yourself down, and you're being as quiet as you can as you move down. What you can see in front of you, once you get down to the bottom of the staircase, is this long pathway. It looks like it's some kind of cavern underneath, and the odd thing about the cavern, though, is that the sides of the walls are water. It's like water that's made of ice. So you can like look past and you can actually see like creatures in the water as you're like walking by, and it's very cold. It's freezing. Do you have anything against coldness?
Yes, I'm a Goliath and I am mountain born.
Perfect. Yeah, and so you continue to move forward, and it's colder and colder as you get deeper and deeper into this cavern, and you're making your way through until you see a light, a dim light that's probably 120 meters away from you, and you can kind of see it down that way further if you once you take a right. Do you use caution as you go forward? Are you going to continue to go forward?
I will continue to go forward, but I will extinguish the torch and pull my shield off my back. Instead of the torch, I've got a shield in my offhand.
Yeah, so you unlight the torch, and it becomes pitch black You can feel the coldness of the ice and your breath, kind of like the heat of your breath kind of hitting your face. And you move cautiously forward. As you get up to the doorway, the door itself feels cold like ice. Do you push the door open? Wanna listen?
Yeah.
What was your plan?
I'll push the door open if I don't immediately hear anything on the other side.
You don't immediately hear anything. What's your passive perception,
Okay.
I guess, first?
13.
Yeah, you don't immediately hear anything.
Okay. Then I'll open the door.
Okay. Then you push the door. And the door is not easy to push, so I will need a strength check from you.
Just straight up strength.
Strength check.
Come on, I should be good at these. Oh, come on!
You push your body up against the door. You're holding like a shield and your weapon. You push your body up against the door with your arm and kind of maybe part of your shield too, and you push, but the door is not budging. And as you do
Does it
this,
seem locked?
you hear the sound of like your shield and your armor like kind of scraping along the ice.
Okay. Does the door have a handle on it?
It doesn't have a handle on it. It's kind of odd.
Okay. Can I, like, make a check to try to figure out which way this door opens?
You want to investigate the door? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's not a strong suit of mine.
Ooh, with the 16, that's pretty good even for it not being your strong suit. Yeah, you feel around the door and you don't see anything that will open the door. You think that you have to purely push this door open with pure strength.
Okay.
Or
Gonna-
some type of magic. You could probably maybe if there was some type of like heat, something like hot, like fire or something, you could open the door with it. What other thing could you do? I think those are kind of like the primary things that you could do. You could either push it with force, some type of force to push it forward, like force damage would even maybe work.
I'm gonna try pushing the door once more. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna try lighting up a torch, and
Okay.
for however long that takes,
That would
slowly
take a
melting
really
it.
long time with the torch, but yeah, go ahead, roll me. I love the determination. 21,
There we
yeah. Ooh, if you failed, I had a funny way that the door was gonna open. Yeah, you shove this door open. I'll let you explain how you open it though. Like,
I think
with
he
the 21,
steps
that's
back.
beast.
I think step back a few feet, and with my shield, I put it in front of me, and I use both my arms to brace it, and I just like charge into the door.
Yeah, you charge into the door. The ice scrapes along the floor of this hallway, and as the door opens up, you can see into this large room now. What you see before you is it looks like a throne at the far end. It is a long corridor, probably 500 feet. At the end of it, you see this beautiful throne. It's made out of ice and has like probably, if you were just off the cuff picking numbers, probably 50 steps up to this throne. The throne itself has just one chair in it, and sitting on top of the chair is this creature that you've never seen before. It looks like it's maybe made out of ice or something, but it kind of almost looks like an orc, but it's something about it's different. It's like a giant creature. Before the creature itself is like this long hallway, or not hallway, but like strewn about it has like a almost like a rug, but it's not a rug. It's like it's made out of some other type of material, but it kind of looks like a rug. But it's made out of like ice and snowflakes, and along the sides of it are these torches that are standing like up on these pedestals that go towards the throne. To the far right, you can see soldiers. They all look like they're made out of ice as well. They almost look stout like dwarves, but they're much larger. They're probably like 3 or 4 times the size of a dwarf. So they're probably maybe like a large creature. And there's about 10 of them on each side behind these torches. And up above you, if you look up, you can see some kind of cages that are dangling. And in those cages are some people. There's Maya.
Oh, you're joking.
What does Maya look like?
Maya is got kind of, she has obsidian skin, has long well, not long, short white hair, wears kind of fancier looking attire than you would see for a rogue. It's very flashy looking.
Yeah. And she's kind of curled up in a ball, kind of like sleeping. She's not awake, and she's dangling there. And then in the other cage on the right-hand side that's dangling is another character, Quiet Geek. What does your character look like?
Okay, Kalis is, and I'm never entirely certain if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but an Aarakocra, so a bird person.
I felt like this was a very fitting thing. Whenever you as soon as you told me what race you're playing to, I was like, oh, I already know how you're gonna start. And the worst part is you're in a cage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's an interesting place to be, I suppose. Yeah, this really isn't where I wanted to be. Anyway, yes, Kalis is an Aarakocra. Bright, well, red plumage primarily. Some of it's quite bright, some of it verging sort of like towards orange, and some of it sort of like the darker reds. So on the whole, it's fairly bright with highlights of light and dark. Do we have our equipment on us while we're in the cage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of you. They could kill you.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of you.
Okay. Then he has his pack in with him, leather armor, a shield, and a scimitar at his belt.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, and you're also asleep at the bottom of this cage. At the foot... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, are we in the same cage or are we in separate
You're
cages?
separate. So one of you's in the one on the right, one of you's in the one on the left. And the cages themselves... Ooh, sorry, Riggs. I just smacked him in the face. The cages themselves are made out of ice. And so they're it's very cold. So if either of you have resistance to cold, let me know. I know I didn't mean to smack him in the face. His little face.
All right.
But are you gonna move forward? What's your plan here?
Assuming nothing is immediately stopping me, I'm going to move forward at about half speed, just so I can be like even with the cages. I can kind of see if anything's like holding them there.
All right, yeah, you move forward with the cages, or in the center of the cages as you're walking down this iced pathway that looks like it's a rug, but it's not. It's like a trail of like lesser snow that looks like snowflakes. And you walk forward towards this throne where you see this giant creature sitting upon it. And as you get closer to it, roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Crashing.
No, it's fine.
That roll.
It's
There
not
we go.
like any of our lives are on the line.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have brought the sass, I really shouldn't have. Sorry.
Seven perception check. All good, all fine. You see everything. It's great. Yeah, you just get closer and closer until you... How close are you willing to get?
Like, are the cages next to the thrones?
No, they're hanging in the sky.
Well, like, in the sky, would they be like next to the thrones type thing?
Yeah, they're like.
Because I just want.
There's like the throne, and then there's one hanging on the far right and one hanging on the far left.
Okay. I think I'd stop about 30 feet or so from the throne if nothing else stops me.
From the steps? Yeah.
Yeah, the steps, I mean.
Okay, so you stand 30 feet from the steps. Upon getting to roughly that spot, you can see another person. You see Mal's character. Describe your character, Mal.
Oh, okay. You see, I'm a... Sorry. You see a tiefling with pale blue skin, straight black horns, stands up almost to 6 feet, not quite. He's wearing dark blue robes, very fine fabric. He has light gray eyes and black or almost dark blue also and black, but a bit darker than the robe's cloak around him. And he has a leather-bound book on his belt with an orb and a dark crystal orb.
Yeah. And you're actually here because you were assigned on a job.
Ooh, okay.
And you know who gave this job to you. I'm not going to spoil it for everybody. You can decide whether you share who sent you this job. But your job is to aid this creature that is in front of you, and this is, you know this, as a frost giant, and they're frost giant guards. The person who sent you this on this mission, you know who it is, and they basically are your servant to this frost giant. You're kind of enslaved, and it tells you what to do, and you do its bidding because
oh man, okay.
Someone else you made a deal with said that, all right, this is how you pay me back. I owe someone else, so now you're going to pay my payment. And so you are here. And what you've been doing is helping this creature bring other creatures to it.
All right.
And this is one of the creatures. Illiken is one of them.
Oh, so I brought Illiken here, or?
Mm-hmm. You helped open the doorway to bring him here.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So I guess I'll take a look at Illiken up
Yeah.
and like look him up and down and all that.
Yeah, you look him up and down. And you guys can have a conversation if you wish.
So do I know that the creatures in here are frost giants or giants of sorts?
Roll me a nature check. Or a history,
Because
or
I do speak giant.
one of those.
Nature or history? Is that-
Yeah. I think either one of those could potentially get it for you.
Both of those are zeros.
Yeah, you don't know what these creatures are. They look huge, though. And they look like they could probably just step on you. And you're a Goliath. You're not a little boy. You're
I'm
not a little
7'5".
You're not a little guy. But these guys, they're much bigger than you.
They're big boys.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there are 21 of them. So your character, Mal, Valerian, is at the bottom of the stairs, and you are greeting this creature, Illiken.
Do I know what the giants have been doing with the creatures that we've been
Eating them.
Here? Eating them?
Yeah.
Oh my.
But would they technically eat someone who's descended from them?
Only if you ask nicely not to.
But I don't know. I guess I'll try to speak out in common, why are these people, why are they in cages? I just say this out loud to anyone who can hear me.
The only person in front of you, well, actually, I guess there's 20 guards around you. Probably there's like 4 that are close to you, and there's also Valerian. But none of the guards speak. And Valerian, you would know that they don't speak unless the Frost King lets them.
Yep.
They do
Am I allowed to speak, I assume?
Yeah, you're basically you're like a messenger for him to the people. You coerce people to come here.
All right. Am I allowed to disclose information? What was I told to do right now by the frost giants? Sorry, or
your job is just to get people here and to get them in the cages. Whether
get them in the cage.
Yeah, whether they like escape or not, or you know whatever. I don't know how you've been handling this. Like if you personally are a good character, maybe you've been helping some escape here and there, or maybe you do most of what it wants, but there are times where you don't, right? Like that's up to you to decide how you've been handling the situation. I'm not gonna take that away from you, from your character.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But if you don't do something that it wants, you have been punished before for it.
Ooh. I see.
Yeah. So maybe you want to escape too. Who knows? That's up to you. Maybe you want to be with the Frost Giants forever.
All hail the frost giants. No. Valerian would like walk up closer to Illican. I assume Illican's a lot taller than me, right?
I'm 7'5".
Yeah, he's a big boy. and like
about 300 pounds.
Valerian would walk into about arm's reach of you. And if you're paying attention, you can see like his robes are shimmering a bit in this like grayish, dark blue grayish magic.
Okay.
But he'll say in a low voice, they have been the people in the cages have been being oh my god, sorry guys. The people in the cages were being consumed by the giants. I've been told to bring them here. And like he kind of like look down, almost ashamed, and get them in the cages for the giants.
Are you trying to hide that you're saying this, or?
Yes, like a whisper, like right to.
Okay.
I'm gonna look
roll
backwards.
Valerian would like look up now and
roll me a deception, Valerian.
Oh, okay.
As he says this, I'd like to look backwards and see if the door is still broken.
Yeah, the door is open.
Okay.
13, nice. And then roll me a stealth, because you're whispering.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. That's not something I'm good at.
Okay.
At least it's not a disadvantage.
Womp, womp.
Yeah, so Valerian whispers this to you and looks ashamed. You look back and you see the door is still ajar from how you opened it.
And like Valerian would like look up now, and now if you follow me right this way, there's something I need to take you to, and I assume that there is a cage somewhere that I'm supposed to lead him.
Yeah,
Maggie?
You actually just hit a button, and from above you comes down another cage, and it sits on the ground behind where Illican is currently sitting. Or
and like Valerian would hesitantly, his hand will like hover over the button, and she'd say he'd like say my apologies, and he'd press the button.
Yeah, and a down from above you, Illican, comes another cage. So you can try to avoid it if you'd like.
I'd like to do all the avoidance.
Yeah. Roll me a dexterity save.
Dex save. Oh no.
To jump out of the way.
Yes.
Ooh, you needed an 18.
Although I don't know if that just gets me murdered harder or not.
You need an 18. As you dodge back the cage clomps down on the ground and it does not catch you. Mal, you know that there's a door on the cage that you can open to get him in. But two of the guards kind of step forward, and it's almost like they do it in unison, and you just hear like this armor and this like the movement of their staffs. They move forward, and they just move at the same pace, and as their staffs hit the ground, it makes like this almost like marching order sound, and they both move forward and in front of you. So these giant creatures that, you know, they're probably like 15 feet tall, stand before you. So there's two of them in front of you and the cage there. You do get an opportunity attack if you'd like to attack them.
Me?
Yeah.
I can,
Not that I'm saying you should. I'm just saying I'm giving you the opportunity because you have they stepped within 5 feet of you. There's two of them standing within your range.
I'd like not to.
And of course, we have something else that happens. Mal, to invite you to this lovely campaign, would you roll me 3 D10,000s? So roll me, do /R space 1D10,000 and do that 3 times.
Is this me?
Yeah, this is you.
Heck!
I mean, I asked for wild magic for help, but
1,000, right?
sorry.
Yep.
Wild magic help. Sometimes if you're lucky.
Sometimes it can be helpful.
It's low. It's low.
Sometimes,
That's really low.
sometimes it's not helpful.
Oh no, those aren't low. Those aren't low.
Oh no.
I just explode. Oh
No.
no.
Okay.
Well, at least you didn't roll a 10,000. So we all survived.
Ooh, this is kind of nice.
Explosions might actually help.
Sometimes they are helpful, and it's usually most often the lower tier ones that are the most helpful. So I'm gonna put this in the chat and just add this to your character sheet. You can now detect non-magical fire within 5,000 yards. So you can detect fire within 5,000 yards. That's fucking sweet.
5,000 or 500, Maggie, sorry.
Oh, 500, sorry. Oh, I said 5,000. And with that, as soon as that happens, you get this wash of like pain in your head, and everything becomes warm, and you close your eyes. But even though you close your eyes, it's almost like you can just see the flames everywhere. You can see all 20 of the torches that are standing before you. You can feel the fire behind you in like another room that you know the king stays in. Like that's his room. You can feel the hearth of is fire around you, and you just feel this warmth all around you. Okay, I'm gonna keep that to myself for now.
All right, is anything else happen, or is it just that?
Hold on, I'm writing it down.
Oh no.
One of these things does not happen quite yet.
Sometimes wild magic has trigger events. Sometimes it's something that happens elsewhere in the world that we don't necessarily find out about straight away.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, a certain door that somebody walked through and teleported was triggered on next door, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It was the next door being opened.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll find out in due course.
All right, and then the next one. So that one is going to trigger, and then this one
It's probably going to
is...
hurt.
Okay. This is interesting. This actually doesn't affect you.
Okay.
So who does it affect?
It affects you.
Oh.
Yeah, this is gonna be really weird. Your teeth are now, like, I think it's pronounced baleen teeth. So they're like, not like human teeth. You have like these sharp, like almost like when you think of like a whale, like a whale's teeth. That's the type of teeth you have now.
Oh my.
I now
Yeah.
have a filter for a mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. Hmm.
But you probably don't know that, I guess, yet.
Yeah.
Until you smile. Yeah, so this is what happens. What do you want to do now, Snaz? Do you get in the cage? Do you attack them?
Well, they are within 5 feet of me.
Both of them are within 5 feet of you.
Can I try to pull rank on them?
Ooh. I mean, that's gonna be like a roll, but yeah, you could.
I'd like to pull my rank of Sergeant of the Guard.
Sergeant of the Guard.
Of my hometown.
Okay.
And I guess try to intimidate them to leave me alone, maybe?
Yeah, roll me an intimidation.
Okay. It's decent.
It's decent.
Compared to all my other rolls.
Let's see. What kind of thing would they have to do in return for that? Maybe like a wisdom saving. See how like knowledgeable they are. They know who you are, like history.
Always be insight.
Yeah, it's insight, which would be wisdom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the two of them kind of look at you, and they look at each other, and then they look back at you, and they both immediately put down their staves in front of you and kind of like poke you into the cage.
Crap.
Um,
Is there any way I can go around the cage without going through them?
no.
Okay.
If you don't budge, because they're not trying to do lethal damage to you, they're just trying to poke you to push you in. If you don't go in, they're going to actually try to hit you. So,
okay.
You let me know if you're not going to go in the cage.
I'll go into the cage.
Go into the cage. And Mal, you hit the button again.
Yeah, I will.
Valerian hits.
Valerian looks down as he presses it.
Yeah, Valerian hits the button again reluctantly, and the cage closes, and you hear that click of the ice as it melds together. The lock kind of disappears, and your cage goes up into the air. And now the three of you are there, and you hear this ominous voice that kind of just like takes over the entire room. Boom. And Valerian, you've heard this voice many times. It is the Frost King. And he says, ha ha ha, finally, we have 3. And the cages all sway. And the two of you that were asleep now are awake. You awaken, groggily. It's almost like someone drugged you or something. And you open your eyes and you look around and you feel cold. There's bars around you and you're laying on a flat surface of ice. And you have all your things. You're not naked or anything like that. You have everything that you were wearing prior. And the last thing you remember was probably the last thing you were doing, which was for Kalis, you were helping the guard. You were actually looking for your friend. Harold. You heard he went missing and you've been looking for him. Maya, you were with your sister. You were sleeping in your inn bedroom. How did you get here?
I was like, it would probably be interesting since elves don't actually go to sleep, so she probably just kind of springboards up, just like, what? Why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to roll a thing because.
And you can both roll me perceptions if you want to like look around, but if you're not, if you're just passively looking around, tell me what your passive perception would be. What is this wisdom save for?
To determine whether or not I start panicking.
Oh, you start panicking with an 8.
Yep. I'm a bird. I don't like being in closed spaces.
No.
It's freezing cold. I don't like
Oh.
that either. I start panicking and start trying to frantically try and find a way out through the cage. I'm not thinking rationally at all. It's all pure instinct.
Roll me a strength. Yeah, roll me a
Fight off.
strength. Like strength check. Maybe athletics. Yeah, athletics would work.
The burb.
The poor burb. Oh, this makes my poor precious heart cry.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go well.
Yeah, it's not gonna go.
What
well.
have we gotten
Oh,
ourselves
13.
into?
Yeah. So you immediately wake up and you just start making these like screeching noises, and you like swing your feathered arms around, and you're like smacking the cage, and you're like looking through, and you're trying to like pierce through. You're trying to pull. You're scraping with your claws at the ice and trying to like get through, and the ice is not budging. Parts of it are like sticking to your claws, and you're like rubbing your feathers on this wet cold surface that is just like part of it melts a little bit, but then it like reforms, and you're not able to get out. You can't find a door. You're like looking, and you press against try to find like maybe some of these are doors, but it's not. It's like you're stuck in a cage that has no doors. It's just made out of ice. And you look around, and what's your passive perception?
Passive is 15 for me.
With a passive perception, you see another cage next to you. All around you is nothing but ice because you're up in the air. You just see ice all around you, and you can see another cage that's right to the. Well, it depends on where you're looking, but it's like along the same parallel as you. And you see Illiken's character in a cage. He's a Goliath, and he looks much calmer than you. Like, you're freaking out, and he looks like he's just standing there, maybe holding the bars to keep his weight, kind of just like looking around. And Maya, you rolled a 6. You groggily kind of get yourself up. Or no, you said you immediately got up, right? Like, you immediately get up, but your body feels weak, and you like fall back down, and you have to get yourself back up again. You've definitely been drugged. How else would you fall asleep, right? Like, you never close your eyes for that long. And you look around, and everything's ice. All around you is ice, and it's cold, and you can see your breath. And you're actually looking at the wall. You're not looking the other direction, so you don't see Illiken yet. So I'll let Illiken and Kalis talk if you guys want to.
I think the first thing Illiken's gonna do once his cage is stable in the air is he's gonna put his shield and longsword away and draw his greatsword, and then try to speak to Kalis. How did you get here, Kalis? Person? Sorry. Don't know your name.
You're not going to get a rational response to start with, at least. He's just basically freaking out against the cage until he exhausts himself, or until something gets through to him.
Okay. I guess seeing this birdman creature thing that I've never encountered before, kind of panicking. I'm gonna try to calm him down.
You're a Goliath. You're native to mountains.
Yeah.
Aarakocra tend to be native to mountains, so
Okay.
there's a chance you might actually know what I am.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably actually do. But you can roll a history or nature if you wish. At advantage.
I'm gonna. Okay. Let's hope this works. And maybe I haven't personally talked to like a member of your species
you've heard of them before.
but I've definitely probably seen you.
No, you've seen one before.
Okay.
Often, they carry messages between your kind and others. Sometimes they work in packs, and they fly together. They look quite beautiful whenever they're flying too, because they're really colorful.
I'm gonna try to calm him down. See if I can get any response out of him that isn't just craziness, I guess.
Okay.
That'd be like a persuasion, of some sort, or I don't know.
Yeah, you can persuade him
Yeah.
to calm down. 7. What are the words that you use to try to dissuade?
I think because I do it real poorly, it'll be fine, friend. They're not gonna eat us. We'll be fine.
Now, all you can think about, Kalis, is they're gonna eat you. They're gonna make fried chicken out of you. You're gonna be an Aarakocra book kebab. And as you're thinking about this, everyone roll a dex save.
Okay.
Why did I have
Except for Mel.
Oh, okay, except for me.
No.
Well,
Alright.
at least the dice are on par with the story.
I honestly thought he
The
was gonna be
two-
like, shut it.
The 2 that fail the dex save. So we see Kalis, you tried to dodge, but you just can't get yourself out of there. You were like, your wings are too big and you're getting kind of caught. And this burst of fire comes out of both sides of like the walls. Like a portal opens up and fire just comes out of both sides. Kalis takes a whole bunch of damage. You take 9 damage. And then Illiken, you take some residual damage from that as well, and you're gonna take 9 as well. Maya, you're looking right at it. The portal starts opening. You're like, what the hell is that? You like back up to the side of the cage, and fire comes like right in front of you, and you're like, holy shit. You look to the right, and you see 2 other creatures that are being like toasted, and they're now on fire. The next round, you're going to have to roll to get to like pat yourself down to not be on fire. The 2 of you.
Okay.
And that comes to you from Fupo. Thank you, Fupo, for the $30 for a threat. I was like, how am I going to do a threat in a cage? Fire.
And then I mentioned eating.
Chicken. And then, of course, thank you, Frank, for the $45 for the 3 wild magics for Mal earlier. Mal looks horrified. He's like, oh my god, I put them in these cages.
Welcome to SVK for Kids, man.
Well, that hurt.
Yeah, just as a random thought,
Mm-hmm.
we just took a bunch of fire damage.
You did.
While standing in cages constructed of ice.
Magical ice.
Never melting ice.
So it hasn't melted at all.
No. You
Oh,
definitely noticed that part. As you're on fire right now.
Yeah, okay.
Is it normal for there to be fire roasting the cages here?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how you cook your food.
They aren't civilized. They cook their food before they eat us.
Come on, yeah, of course. He's a king.
I'm just gonna start shouting Goliath obscenities.
Okay. You start shouting Goliath obscenities. As you both are gonna roll another dex save.
Oh, I hope I pass this.
I take it this is for putting the fire out, yeah?
Yes. You both put out the fire. You're like patting yourself down, you're taking your cloak off, you're like wrapping it around, you drop, stop, and roll. I don't know, however you end up doing it. You get the fire off of your body, and you are no longer on fire.
And is the do I notice the other person in a cage now, or?
Yes.
Okay.
You're all very hyper aware of everything right now, because your adrenaline's like heightened.
And I'm assuming I notice that it's Maya.
Yeah, and you actually know each other.
Okay. I'm gonna shout over to Maya. How did you get here?
I don't know. How did you get into this frozen hell?
I walked through the. Don't you remember? I walked through the inn door and then. Actually,
Yeah.
I disappeared. I guess, didn't I?
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, I tried to come back, but the door was gone.
That sounds like a you issue. Honestly, we could have used you. It's fine.
Well, I could try now.
No, it's fine. Let's get out of here first.
Do something stupid. And I'm gonna try to like spin and break all the ice bars.
Okay.
Holding the bottom of my cage pretty much.
Go for it. Try. You try.
With my greatsword.
How great is the sword? We're about
It's
to
pretty
find
We're
great.
about to find out how great it is.
Hey, that's pretty
All right,
good.
18.
Because I also have great
Roll your
weapon
damage.
fight.
Right.
I'm going to re-roll both of those.
Go for it.
So I'll just push the greatsword button again. But I have to take this one.
12
That's
damage.
better.
Yeah, you spin the cage, and the cage starts spinning around, and you're kind of like twisting around, and you take your weapon and you scathe it across the bars. You don't look like you did any damage.
Crap. Oh, Maya, you got any ideas? That was mine.
As you say that, the cages begin kind of swaying a little bit, and it's almost like something above you starts moving, and the portal hole that opened up to the side opens only on the side next to Maya. And Maya, you see the hole, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's open large enough where your cages can go through. Your cage goes through first, and you're like looking back at Illiken. Do you say anything before you go in?
Just probably just audibly groans.
She turns to look in, and you go through this portal hole, and each of you are going to go through this. As your cage goes through, you feel this like cold tingle on your body, and it's just pitch black, like you're in a dark room. And then it feels like you're going down, like, you know when you go in an elevator and you feel like you're going down really fast, and like your stomach kind of like goes down with you, and you feel like you're going down, and then it stops. And then all around you, the darkness starts fading away, and you look around, and you're in some kind of like ice cage that's much larger. It's like a jail cell almost. And the three of you are in the same one together.
Lovely.
Now, Valerian, you know that when these cages go past, that your job is to go make sure that they got where they're supposed to go. In fact, you were the one that hit the button. And then you step through another doorway. You walk through a long corridor, up some stairs, and make your way to that room. And there's two guards at the door, and they just both look at you, nod. You actually go in your pocket and you pull out a sigil and you hold it up. And as you hold up the sigil, the two of them say something, and your sigil glows, and the door opens. It's the same type of door. It has no like doorknob or anything. Like, it's just ice. It looks like a sheet of ice, and that sheet of ice slides through and slides over, and you go through. And then the sheet of ice closes again behind you, and you step into the room. And you can see this large cage where the three of them are, and there's another cage on the other side that's empty. You know who were in there before. And you step into the room. There's another guard at the end, and that's the only guard that's inside.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. And you see the three of them made it.
Yeah, okay, so they're not burning anymore, right? Or are they
No,
still...
they're not on fire anymore.
Valerian would like walk slowly towards the cage. He'd like shift his gaze from the guard to the people in the cage as he does so.
Mm-hmm.
How close does he get to the edge of the cage?
The three of you see this person again. Or you see this person. For you, Illiken, this is again.
I get close. I don't get close enough that you could like, if you put your arm through the cage, you can't physically reach me. But
so like, you're 10 feet away then.
Yeah.
This is a 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay. Illiken's got a grudge now.
Oh, I bet.
I am dead. Okay, I mean nothing.
Well, at least the Birdman is a lot more calm than he was before. He's stopped freaking out quite so much, and he's actually looking around with something like intelligence
Mhm.
rather than just pure instinct and panic. So
Oh no, it's Maggie's cat. Oh.
I guess seeing the Aircrocker more calm, I'm gonna try to speak with him. Do you remember how you got here?
he glances at you as though he's obviously looks you up and down as he obviously hadn't paid attention to who you were before until then. And you know how the birds do that sort of like cocking their head on one side as they look at something and then the other way?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing that.
Yeah.
And he comes about saying, No, I don't remember. You?
I walked through a door and ended up in a frozen wasteland. Only way to go was forward.
You came into this place?
I didn't know where I was going. I just knew that I wouldn't survive on the other side, probably. Because there was nothing. So I took what I thought could be shelter.
How far away is the guard from the cage?
It's pretty far. He's at the far end of the room. You know that there's 2 guards at the door, and you're kind of near where the door is.
Okay.
He's just kind of sitting there, or standing there, watching. And there is a chair as well.
Do I know how long the prisoners would be here?
Yeah, potentially. I guess roll me... what would that be for knowing that? Because they might not tell you everything, right? I guess let's do perception, because that would be kind of like you perceiving how long they would be there.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Ooh.
20, nice. Yeah. After the fire, usually, if it doesn't cook them alive and it takes longer than that, they usually send them to the pit, and because it's not worth their time. If it's like a small creature and it gets roasted within the first the fire, because normally that kills them, the cages will come down and sit on tables and then open up. It's almost like a meal sitting on a platter for you, and they'll sit and eat them. But because these creatures were much hardier, they're just going to send them into the fire pit. And you know that they usually do them in clumps of groups, so they'll just take like a full entire cage, and the whole cage will go into the pit. It's almost like a deep fryer. It just goes in, they take it out,
and then they eat it.
and then they eat it. Yeah. So I know this is terrible.
Oh my god! Why are you making me do this, Maggie? No, I'm just kidding.
You made the deal with the person. I'm just telling you. Yeah. That usually takes roughly. Sometimes it'll be a week.
Okay. A filled cage is how many people?
A filled cage is probably 25 people.
Oh wow! And we're at 3.
Yeah. So got some time. It could be a week or more. Depends on how much food they can get.
Hope you guys like. Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
Maya's by the cage staring at Valyria right now. Staring at him.
Yeah, the 2 of you don't know who this other person is that's standing on the other side.
Does the cage
But they are
does
tiefling.
that know any way of if the cage opens or not, or does it?
Yeah, you do know the way the cage opens. There's like a button that's like hidden in the ice that you hit.
Oh, okay.
There's also another button that's like makes a lever, and it pulls the cage up and takes it to the next place.
Which
the
is
deep fryer.
Dun dun dun. I hit that, but no, I'm just kidding.
And you know that the guard down at the end, that's his job. His job is just to hit one button or the other button. And so he will just stand there forever.
And the buttons are towards him, like where he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is he out of reach from the cage?
Yes. He's not a dumb guard.
He is very far away.
He's probably like 20 feet. And then there's another cage that's 20 feet on the other side. So there's 2 cages, one on each side.
Like Valerian would like look each individual person up and down. Try kind of, it looks he try to them it probably looked like he's sort of judging them or trying to gauge just how, you know, just what they are. And
they look like adventurers. And normally you don't take adventurers. And normally what you're taking are like small children or, you know, smaller creatures like kobolds or things like that.
Small children.
I mean, that's not your goal. It just happens. They're just easier targets. It's fine. And it's not you that's doing this.
Yeah, I know.
Per se, you know, like there are other people. Your job is just to, once they're in the room, to get them to go to the cage. Like that's your only job. Is if someone makes it to the room, to put them in the cage. So the only person today, these other 2 characters, you don't know them very well, but you probably feel guilty because Illiken's the first one that you've had to send there.
Yeah.
In a long time, probably because no one has come to that realm through that doorway. You've been standing there for probably like, I don't know, 5 weeks and not seen somebody.
Oh my.
So for you, that's not, you know, like it's not something that you have to handle very often.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
like, you did open the portal this time.
I was like, as Valerian's looking at Maya's probably just gonna be like, come closer. You get a better look.
Valerian doesn't reply, but he smirks a bit as he say that. You can see like a bit of a smile.
How close is Valerian to her?
I'm 10 feet away.
Yeah, 10 feet away.
Cast something on me.
I was like, you're gonna hate this. I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
Whoa,
roll me an insight check first.
Okay.
Actually, all of you can roll an insight check.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll mine at disadvantage.
I roll 1. No.
Okay.
Son of a gun.
All right.
Dagger me.
Valerian, you didn't have to roll. Actually, Valerian, because you rolled, you can tell that Maya's looking at you with distaste, and so is Illiken. But, Callus, there's something about the way that Valerian's looking at you all that's like, and the way that they are acting as if that they feel shameful about what's happening. Like they feel guilty. And you can see that Maya looks like she's gonna do something to this person that might not be nice. So I'll give you a moment before I let Maya just throw a dagger. You see her reaching in for her dagger.
Do I?
Do you? I don't know. I don't know what your alignment is, so.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think this through. Yeah, how blatantly obvious is it that Maya's reaching for the dagger?
Very blatantly obvious. She did not tell me that she's rolling a stealth or anything of that sort.
She's not hiding it. She's blatantly reaching for something.
Yeah.
Okay, Kalis will step forward and put a hand on the arm that's trying to draw the dagger.
All right.
Probably give someone death glare, just like what?
Khan, is Maya's dagger like hidden, or is it clearly visible?
No, you can see.
Yeah, it's probably kind of towards like her stomach or hip. There's probably like
sure.
the 2 that she has right there.
Kalis will look at Maya. That would not be productive.
Valerian would like raise an eyebrow as as you reach for the dagger and Caleb stops you.
I don't care if it's productive. It'll make me feel better.
That sounds like
Do you have
exactly like Maya. I don't care if it's productive. It would make me feel better. That's so Maya. I
Maya.
love it.
Maya
And,
is right. We might need that dagger.
So good.
Yeah, Valerian would like again hush his voice a bit, so like the
Roll me a
guard
stealth.
would- Okay,
That's fine.
it's always.
It doesn't mean that they're gonna perceive you. Keep that in mind.
I'm so bad
Yeah,
at
yeah,
stealth!
yeah. You whisper.
No.
You lean in and you whisper. What do you say?
It's like I'd say I understand that what you're trying to do, and I would suggest saving your dagger for a more productive and more fruitful target. And like Valerian would glance at the guard at the end of the hall. Like, he'll turn his head a bit, but not like fully staring.
Yeah. Yeah, you say that and you look that way.
Yeah, I'll look at the guard.
Now you're all looking at the guard.
Kalis is not looking at the guard. Kalis is deliberately not looking at the guard, and is looking at this tiefling
Hmm?
that seems to be making some very interesting suggestions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's guilty. Yeah. Okay. You get a very quizzical head on one side stare from the bird. Valerian. Why?
Why? Don't
Did you not listen? He said why.
do you not want to get out of here?
Why would you do that?
I suspect he had no choice.
I wish to hear from him. Why?
I had to make a deal. There was no other choice. Let's leave it at that.
Always choices. Always other choices.
It's made the stupid one.
I think Valerian like glances between both
Roll
of you and
an
like
insight
twirls
check.
his brow.
Roll another insight check, all of you except for Valerian.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh wow.
Are you rolling one, two? Okay, there we go. All of you except Illikin can tell that there's when Valerian says they had to do it, there's something about that that's like they had to do it. You know what I mean? Like there's something more to that.
Sometimes the other choices are bad. But that doesn't mean they are not there.
Oh yes, the other choice was extremely bad. Trust me. Like Valerian would chuckle for a bit.
Then
Very
you
softly.
had a choice.
Did she have a choice, or did he have a choice?
Valerian would like you got like he'd nod and concede that point. But the other choice was definitely not on the table for me, I'm afraid.
Then why would you help us?
Why would you help? Because what this isn't right.
You're just now realizing this.
I've known this for a while. And sorry, Maggie, is this the first pair of adventurers that have arrived?
Probably, yeah. And Illikin is the first person that you've had to send to the cage in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And you already feel guilty for the first time that you did it, which was the first time before him, which was 5 weeks ago. And that was that was the first time. So this is recent. This is from your thing. Yeah.
This is yeah.
And that was not pleasant for you because that was a young child. So you feel uberly guilty.
I think at this point, Maya's probably gonna shrug off the hand that's stopping her from throwing the dagger and like actually go up to the door and see if there's like a lock she can feel.
Roll investigation.
Oh.
You do not feel a lock. You just you can all see Maya kind of like rubbing her hands on the side of the cage, trying to figure out how to get out.
That's not how you. There's no lock for you to open, I'm afraid. If that's what you're trying to do, unless you just like cold and holding ice. But
the cold is fine.
she stares at him.
The way to open the cage is a button, and it's by that giant over there.
Giant, you say?
It's not very friendly.
But does he listen?
He listens,
Not
but
really.
not to you. He listens to the Frost King, as far as you know.
Yeah, they all take orders from the king.
Well, have you tried speaking their tongue?
Do you
I
know
don't think
how
he's
to
that
speak giant? Does Valerian know how to speak giant or have languages as
Nope.
a spell that you can cast? Comprehend language?
I'm afraid not. How do they speak to me? How do they tell me what to do then? Do they
I
speak
mean,
common?
they also speak common.
They speak common.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I speak.
Valerian shakes his head.
The king can speak a lot of languages, though.
Huh.
So, you are saying we should escape by pressing a button that is outside this cage?
Well, I'm saying that you can't open the cage aside from pressing the button, or maybe an excessive amount of force, probably magical force, as the cage is, if you couldn't tell, magic.
Maggie,
That would make sense.
how wide apart are the bars?
Probably like 2 inches, maybe an inch apart from each other. You can
Okay.
see in, but
So I can basically reach an arm through without a problem.
yeah, if you're thin enough to, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Not Illican.
maybe not your, yeah. Like some people, Illican probably could not fit an arm through. Maybe a finger, maybe a hand.
Hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Arm, no.
Does the guard ever sleep?
So, Maggie?
They
do I
do,
know
but they
any-
take shifts, and you know that they basically have a rotation, so they will rotate
Oh.
who comes in and who comes out.
Yeah, Valerian would nod, but I'm afraid that they're quite coordinated and they alternate the guard.
Of course. Sensible precautions.
I know, they actually use their brain. That's surprising.
Perhaps.
Use their brain.
Again,
Perhaps-
in a very
perhaps-
sarcastic tone.
Perhaps we can lure the guard closer to the.
And can you incapacitate the guard if he was closer to the cage?
Possibly.
That would pose a challenge because there's a cage in the way.
Are you all
Yes.
whispering?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes,
everyone
correct.
roll me stealth. Except for Valerian, I already got your stealth.
Would this be stealth at normal because it's not like movement stealth? It's just talking stealth. Normally, I have
Yeah.
disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, normal stealth.
Look at that 9 to stealth from Maya. Hot damn.
She's a criminal.
Yeah, Maya is not the best candidate for goodliness. Ooh,
No,
okay.
she-
Cool. Cool. Keep going. Because basically the guard is only hearing parts of conversation.
I mean, if we're going to, how far away is? Can Maya see the button at all, or
No, you don't see a
No.
button.
okay?
How is there like a pedestal or anything?
Well,
that the
I guess
guards
actually
are
roll me perception. 'Cause if you get like a natty 20, you maybe can see the button.
Nat
Or
D.
Arcana I would allow as a
No.
roll.
at? So maybe
don't see it.
chat would
Mhm.
like to give us some natural 20s.
Yeah. If
I
chat
think we
gives you
might need
natty
it for this
20s,
situation.
that could
Maya
change
does-
the situation.
Yeah, no, Maya doesn't see it.
You could also give them natty 1 so they really can't see anything.
Let's see.
Uh,
Oh, my
Yeah.
Valeria knows the button, right? So
Yeah,
like,
Valerian knows where the button is. And
Yeah,
how to
I take
activate it.
I take it that's not enough for me to see it from here either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Natty 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a magical thing, that's why.
Illikin will try.
Is
Okay,
there
well,
a-
not.
Is the guard sat at a desk or anything like that?
He's standing up against, he's like standing next to the wall. And he looks like he has not moved. He looks like he's just like frozen there. Standing
how
there with
tall
the
is the
staff.
giant?
About 15 feet.
They're really tall.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
I
He's a beefy
think,
boy.
so I
He's
have an
like wearing
idea.
like patchwork ice armor.
I have an
And
idea
these
to get
are,
the
they're
guard
not like blue, they're like dark blackish bluish ice. It's like dark ice.
Don't kill me, wood.
I have
Like,
an
you know,
idea
if
to
you
get the
see
guard
elves
closer,
versus
but
dark
choose-
elves, they're like the dark elf version of a giant.
Okay.
Chief, thank you.
Yes.
Can anyone push the button?
Yes. Oh, well, sorry. Yeah. Can anyone just push the button if they know where it is?
If they know how to make it appear.
Oh, if they know how to make it appear. I assume Valeria knows how to make it appear.
Yeah, you have a rune.
All right. Yeah, you have to just be able to see the button first, and Valerian would very discreetly from what underneath his cloak.
Roll me a stealth or a sleight of hand.
Oh,
I think
am
sleight of
not a
hand is
rogue.
probably what it would be because you're kind of like sliding it and trying to.
I'm not.
You're
giving it to
trying
them.
really hard to be discreet, but it's kind of a glowing gem thing.
Maya's probably shaking her head at the point.
Yeah, you're just like
Hold
plebeian.
on. Make me Eldritch Blast you. I mean nothing.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm not.
Continue speaking. I have got an idea to get the guard closer. And
What would
So
that brilliant plan be?
to the guard, he's gonna say in Goliath, I would like to speak with you. I do not understand any of these guys. In
Okay.
Goliath. Or giant, I mean.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
The giant turns its gaze at you. At first, it was just looking forward and it hadn't moved, and all you see is like its head turn. It's a little creepy. And just like it, like turret slowly turns to you, looks at you, and says in giant back at you, "I do not worry about you not understanding them."
I assume only he can understand that.
Only he
Yeah.
can understand that. He's saying it in giant.
Oh,
You just
no,
hear like
not the
loud clicks and clacks.
Not the only one that can understand it.
Ooh, okay. Then anybody who
Uh,
speaks giant can understand it, yeah.
Perhaps there is a way that I can assist instead of be eaten. Says to the guard.
It had already turned its gaze straight, and then it turns its head
Yeah.
again and looks at you and says, "I do not speak to food. But Roll a persuasion check.
Please be good.
Challenge him
I
to
have
another duel.
I have a -1.
No.
Womp womp.
Hold on. What
Oh,
would be
dear.
an insight? Is wisdom?
Yeah, insight's wisdom most.
Hmm.
Oh!
He's not very wise either. So he just goes, "But what do you offer?"
I offer my services as a fighter and as a cook. The cook part is a deception.
He laughs. He laughs. You hear this resounding laugh in the room as it like bounces off the walls. And
Valerian would turn to the giant and like turn. Looks furrows his brow because he can't understand what's happening.
And it says, "I do not need you for fighting. I need you for tasting. I am fighter." And he like puts his staff on the ground a couple times, and all of you feel like this vibration on the ground.
I'd like to do the same inside the cage.
Go for it.
That just be like a straight up strength
Yeah, sure.
to make.
What is happening?
I'm trying to intimidate, or not what's
He's like, "I sing the song of your
replicate.
people too."
No.
Exactly.
Well, it's also one of those Maya's the only one here that doesn't understand. So there's just clicking and suddenly slamming on the ground. So she's
Yeah, no,
Clinking,
Valerian doesn't know
clinking
what's
and
happening.
grunting. Valerian doesn't understand either.
Okay.
Yeah, you do the same thing and you make the exact same noise. You're able to replicate the same sound that he did with his staff. And he turns forward again.
Well done. You
Oh.
have successfully made more noise.
That's such a Maya thing to say. Oh my god.
Oh,
Just like stuck in a cage, still being sassy.
sass elf. The sass elf.
I'm gonna walk back to the group and quietly say, "Well, at least I tried."
True.
I don't speak, idiot. Lily, you do.
Calm
Careful,
down,
Maya.
Maya.
And
I mean, who's in the cage? Who's an idiot? I don't know.
Does Maya say that?
No, I'm just saying.
I know.
We have-
I completely know, but she has an ego and she has.
Yeah,
to
no,
answer.
Maya said that for sure.
Yeah, like I don't speak. Valerian would say, taking pride in ignorance isn't smart.
Ooh.
You're within range. She says.
I think
You're in a cage.
to the Aarakocra, sorry, we have not properly introduced. I'm Illican. Took you quiet.
Yeah, he looks up at that and looks at you. Ah, I am Kalis.
Nice to meet you.
And you? Looking at Maya. Maya.
Are we doing this one? She just sighs, is like Maya.
Well, we might as well get to know each other.
We
Oh,
are
yeah,
doing
but-
this because we must rely on each other to escape.
He's
Fair.
wise.
He's also a bird.
He's also a bird.
So, question for you all: would you like to take a break, or would you like to keep going?
I'm fine with.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
What?
And if at any point you need to go to like the restroom or something, feel free to go. Okay, keep going then.
Okay.
I like this.
This is so awkward, like a situation I was not expecting, to be honest.
And I didn't want you to have to get to think about it.
Yeah, and I'm wishing I had prepared certain other spells, but hey,
Details.
that's the life. Yeah.
Mwahahaha.
I took a completely non-magical path this time, so I'm kind of useless right now.
I think
Giants are
you
big.
had a good idea.
I
Think-
did, but it didn't work. I guess I could try if the guard switches.
Well, you could have told your other party, and there might be other people in your party who are more persuasive than you.
Yeah, this is true. Illiken's not always the thinker.
It's a good plan, though. It's a good plan, Illiken.
Perhaps when the guard switches, we can try to persuade them again.
How long do we have? How many shifts of the guard?
Does Valerian know?
Yeah, with you like natty 20'd on that, right? I think you rolled pretty well on your perception of the guard. They rotate in quadrants. So every like fourth of a day, they will swap turns, and a new guard will come in. So
All right. Sorry, every fourth of a day. So that's 8 hours.
Yes.
How long? How long
6
ago?
hours.
Was the
It's
last
like
shift?
every 6 hours.
Oh, okay. How long ago was the last shift?
Probably 2 hours.
Ugh. Valerian would let the group. He'd like let the group know. The guards would swap in about 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, lovely. 3 to 4 hours of doing nothing.
Perhaps we can make our escape as they swap? Or do they swap too closely? Do they wait for someone to appear where they're standing and then they walk?
You would know that they do that. There will be two guards. There will be 2 guards in the room at the time of the swap, and then there will be 2 guards outside.
Valerian would shake his head and like, unless you want to deal with multiple giants at once, I highly recommend against that. He sighs.
I was like,
And like he seems to remember something. Oh, and there's also 2 guards right outside the door here.
now you wait to tell us.
At least
So-
I told you.
You are slow on the uptake.
At the minimum, there's 3 of those guys
One in this room.
who have approximately, I'd say, they're probably slightly stronger than me.
Only
I-
slightly.
Valerian like shakes his head like very suddenly and like almost in disbelief. Slightly. Are you sure?
So, okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember. So the rune that Valerian has can open the cage, or is it the button that the giant is guarding?
The button opens the cage. The rune makes it visible. Dilemma.
I'm trying to think. Maya will kind of look at Valerian just like, so what does that thing do you have exactly?
It makes it so that you can see the button to press it. Without it, do I know if the button you can't interact with it if you can't see it? Or
Can't. Yeah, you have to be able to see it.
yeah, if the button does not reveal itself, it doesn't technically exist. You can't press it. Or yeah.
Lovely. Can't you just like run over there and like quickly hit it
Oh yes, and
with their robes?
And what about the giant?
I don't care. Just hit the button. You might be slow in the uptake. I'm presuming you're intelligent to some regard. Their robes. Or was I mistaken?
I'd just Valerian would he know just how like powerful one of the giants are, or like
Yeah. Roll me, I guess, would that be history? I feel like that's history.
It would
Okay.
be knowing about giants, so
Yeah, it'd be like history or nature.
22.
Ooh, it's very good. Yes, you know that they tend to be pretty strong. But you do know that sometimes some of the guards, I mean, yes, they're very strong. They're very tough creatures. I mean, they're huge. Most of it's because they're just so big they can just like step on people, right?
Yeah.
So like some of it's like passive strength that they just have. But you do know that there are variations. Some of the guards are stronger than the others. Some are weaker. Some are better at like casting spells than others. Some use different weaponry. You would know that they can also just like pick up items and chuck them, and it's not like other, like if you were to pick up a random weapon or a rock or something like that, it would not go so well for you. But for them, like improvised weapons are just like they can just grab something and like use it. Like they could take you and make you into a weapon, right? Like they're just so big that they can just like damage things with like anything, like a rock or something like that.
The weaponized.
They are immune to cold, so they don't take cold damage. Many of them do not speak common actually in this clan, like the more educated of them, so most of like the spellcasters and like the king, of course, but like some of the guards don't actually speak anything but giant. But they are so strong and very athletic.
Valerian would like, once again, it looked like he's sizing the group up and down, and after a few moments he'd shake his head. I really don't like our chance. I don't think our chances, if we take that course of action, would be very good.
Oh, come on. There's still a chance.
Is there another way out of this room so we don't have to fight the other two?
Maggie, is there another way out of this room?
You do know another way out of this room. If you were to fight this one, succeed without waking the other, or without notifying the other two that are outside, you could hit the button to either open the cage, and then you'd be stuck in this room and you'd have to make your way out, which means you'd either have to somehow get the other two guards to not notice you, or you can hit the other button that takes the cage to the fire pit.
As the cage goes to the fire pit, what happens? Is it just moved and then dipped into the fire pit, or is there an intermission?
There's an intermission, so it does go to that room first, and it sits there. There are probably like 4 or 5 cages that kind of sit in that area, and then there's a clamp thing that comes and grabs one and then picks it up and then puts it into the fire pit. But it does sit there. From that room, there are some other creatures in there that kind of handled that. They kind of just like hit the button, or they start taking the creatures out of the cages, and they'll like bring them over to the kitchen area. That's in another room. So there's like carts that they just like, they put all the bodies on, and then they take those carts there. Yeah, it's disgusting. It does not smell good in that room. It's disgusting. So they leave that room to like these little frost goblins.
Frost goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Valerian pauses. Tries to think of. It looks like he's thinking. He's deep in thought, and he like furrows his brow and kind of brings his hand up his chin, like.
And you do know that in the kitchen, there is a door to the outside.
There is another way, though. You may not like what entails.
I was like, you're implying that I like this situation to begin with. Come on, Robes.
You could.
I know we can fight one, but three's a stretch. Fighting the other two that are outside may draw more.
Valerian
I like our chances with the other route better, even though I don't know what it is.
Valerian, I like the odds. Come on.
Valerian would explain. He'd relay the fire pit thing to the group, all that, and how it works, and the other button.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
And he seems very hesitant, like to suggest it, but he suggests that he suggests that he could press the other button for the group to go to the fire pit, and
perhaps if we were to get outside the cage and then press that button.
Well, do you explain what else is in the room where the fire pit is?
Yes, I'd explain the
Like
kitchen and the
frost
goblins and the imp, sorry, and the way out. There's a door in the kitchen that goes
How? I'll. Would I know about frost imps in character? Probably not.
Roll me a history or nature.
out.
This was for frost goblins. Is that what you said?
Yeah, frost goblins. Sorry,
Yeah.
not frost imps.
15. You would know about goblins. Goblins in general come in various different forms. So maybe you don't know frost goblins, but you know of goblins for sure. They're like little kind of humanoid, goblinoid creatures. They're usually not good nature, and tend to kind of scavenge or take things, and they work in groups. They usually have some kind of like hobgoblin leader or something of that sort. So it wouldn't surprise you that creatures like that would be kind of like servants of a larger creature like a giant.
Okay.
They're not the smartest.
Yeah, and goblins in general are nowhere near as tough as a giant.
No. You would know, I mean, guess with a 15, just because like goblins and hobgoblins are not like, they're pretty common. Maybe not the frost version, so you don't know what these guys have that are different, but you definitely know what hobgoblins and goblins are. Hobgoblins are tougher than goblins, but yeah. Generally, a goblin is not very tough. They're kind of squishy little dingy things.
Nice. I would value our chances better. Kitchen. Without giants.
Valerian nods.
I like her odds here. There's just one. I can take them.
One that can squash.
Valerian like shakes his head as you say, "I could think." I highly doubt that.
You what? You don't. And she will immediately go to the cage, the end of the cage, and start yelling at the giant, like, "Oi!"
Yeah. What are you hollering at him? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to intimidate? Are you trying to persuade him? What are you trying to do?
I want him to fight her. She
Okay,
wants
intimidate.
to fight him.
Yeah, roll an intimidation. Let's give it to us.
This is gonna go well.
If you're done.
What do you say to him? Go for it.
She's probably, it's like, "All right, big one, get your ass over here. I want to fight you. Come on."
Yeah, it doesn't move. You might actually hear a slight chuckle from it as it's trying to stay still, but it kind of like thinks it's funny. And under its breath, roll me a perception check.
All of us or just Maya?
Anyone who understands giant.
Oh, Maya wouldn't understand.
So not Maya.
Quite
Nice, Kalis.
I wish I could have.
Actually,
Oh,
you
I
can
might
roll
have-
perception check, but you might not know what he said. So yeah, you can make an assumption. Yeah, so you hear it, Maya, but underneath his breath, he's just like pitiful creature, but he says it in giant. Yeah. So you all hear him say something under his breath. You all are very perceptive.
For once.
Kalis and Illican know exactly what it said.
It's not wrong.
Strong suit.
Probably looks over at Illican and just
Wasn't
what
that wrong?
Probably looks over at Illican and just what did the idiot say?
Nothing intelligible.
Did you know he's bullshit?
Roll insight check.
We're gonna roll a deception then. If
I like that most of this has just been you all inciting each other.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, the nice
You think he's
sense.
telling the truth?
Kalis will be looking at our Goliath with a really kind of expression.
In Goliath, seen as it seems like Kalis understands,
Giant.
it's better if she not knows in giant.
Probably still over there trying to talk shit.
Yeah.
Valerian's like, "Oh my god." Of all the,
But Larry's like, I'm just trying to help these people and they're being idiots.
Valerian's just thinking of all the adventures to get. It had to be her.
Yeah, that's true.
Kalis will consider for a moment and then reply, also in Giant. It is possible you are not wrong.
Maggie, how does the Frost King communicate with Valerian or the Giant King?
Ooh.
Did you summon him and talk to him, or does he?
I have a question for chat. Who in chat is Dal? D-A-L. Did you write Dal instead of Mal?
No, I know who that is.
Oh, okay. Just because I needed to know who the thing is going to, because it doesn't say who it's going to. But yeah, you know that you can go talk to the Frost King. Normally, he summons you and then he tells you what to do. But doesn't necessarily like being bothered. He prefers when you like do your job and like you have a routine, and during your off time, like right now, this is probably your off time. Like you literally after you hit that button, you were on lunch break, and so like he doesn't care what you do with your lunch break as long as you don't bother him and you don't do anything illegal in their realm.
I assume releasing the prisoners is extremely illegal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Take a strong, educated guess on that factor.
Roll me an intelligence check. No, just kidding.
Oh, yeah, releasing the. Oh,
am I committing the crime?
So what's the plan here? We can move it along a bit.
Sorry, to recap, if you press the button that brings them to the fire pit, the cage gets the whole cage gets moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they get dropped in the fire pit right away.
Not in the fire pit. Remember, it takes you. It drops it into an area where it's like a cargo, like cargo area,
okay.
Pretty much where like they line them up, and they usually take them in fives, and it takes it clamps them and then puts them in.
Valerian looks at the cage and looks at Maya, and
Ooh, you're gonna cast a spell or something?
yes.
Nice. I'm ready.
What are you doing to me?
If you could make me bigger, that would be great.
Crush us all in the cage. You fool.
Actually, hey.
You have questions too. You can always ask questions, or if you all would like.
Yeah, wait. I realized I have a spell that I just saw another spell in my spellbook that I forgot I had.
Ooh.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Do tell.
Okay, but
Views?
no, for now, Valerian will look at the group and whisper and just move to the back of the cage, away from the.
Why?
Just trust me. I'll get us moving.
All you need to do is suggest to the guard that we are innocent prisoners. Deserve to be roasted sooner
Yes.
rather than later.
Now move back.
Okay.
Forgetting your spells is half of playing a caster. Stan.
I forget what I do.
Really is.
Wait, what are my spells?
Do the three of you move back away from the front of the cage? Or
Well, Maya, someone would have to go get Maya. Maya's on the other side of the cage. These are Maya, 40 by 40 cages.
Maya, just move out of the line of sight of the. Just do it.
She kind of offset the
coast. You could see Valeria kind of take the orb from his belt, the crystal orb.
She'll just huff and go do it.
Yeah. And
Sorry, Kalis is also going to be casting something as he's moving over.
Okay.
Ooh.
But deal with this first.
Okay. What are you doing, Mal?
Actually, wait. I'm just gonna double check with this spell, and I will. Valerian will. Kind of snap towards where Maya is as she steps back.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as like Maya kind of leaves the line of sight of the guard, Valerian will just like say in a very irritated tone that let's see, he'd insult Maya in Infernal. And I will cast Eldritch Blast to like the front of the cage, definitely away from the group.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So like Valerian like lifts the orb and kind of lifts off his hand for a bit, and he with a hand gesture, like a beam of gray energy just shoots out towards cage, and like Valerian turns around and storms out, like kind of storms off and walks towards the guard.
Okay. And so which one are you casting?
That's
Oh, sorry, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. All right, roll it for me.
That break the cage?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not really aiming at like a specific one, just like the front of the cage.
And so you're trying to hit the front of the cage or hit the frost giant?
No, the front of the cage.
The front of the cage. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you pretend to hit the cage. It's not hard to hit the cage.
It's a cage.
Yeah, roll the damage.
Well, damn. So
It's not like
you
the cage is gonna dodge you. Yeah, you do.
It was just
You see,
Or-
you like lean back and you like do that like how you described it, and a chunk of the ice comes off and then it forms back together.
and that's a min roll on the damage. Hell yeah, thanks game. Valerian like walks up towards the guard and send them to the pits.
It looks at you and it kind of watches. Do you pull out your crystal or
Yes,
or
I will pull out my rune.
your rune? Yeah, you pull out your rune, and as you look at it, it looks at the crystal, and the crystal starts glowing, and it's like it pushes its hand up, hits the button, and you all start feeling the cage move. Cage moves up.
Yay!
it
Where
goes-
he hit the cage with the Eldritch Blast, Billiken's gonna try to shove his sword through.
It healed up, but
Oh,
you
dang
can
it, never mind.
try. All right. Quiet Geek, you said you wanted to do something.
Yeah,
James?
I'd like to do that.
Oh yeah, you were very low on
Heal yourself, yeah.
quite ahead.
The cage
Oh,
goes
God.
up into the air, and you see another portal open in the side of the wall, and it slides through, and you guys are in another room. And you look at this room, and the room is it's dark, and it looks like a cavern. You can see like stalagmites and stalactites like on the ground and up above you, and in the corner you see this huge pit of fire that looks like it could fit in like a large amount of things inside of it, and it's boiling hot, and it you kind of like hover over it, and for a moment you're feeling heat. It's hot. And then it slides over and you land next to another cage, and there's like 3 cages in front of you that you can see through. There are other creatures in these cages. It looks like humans, halflings. There are some dragon looking creatures, like half dragon creatures. There's like some lizard people and some more bird people that are like in these cages. They all look like kind of like larger creatures, other than maybe like the halfling that you see in there, but that one, it's like one halfling, but it's a large halfling. But they all look burnt, like their clothes are like burned, so they've all probably gone through the same situation that you all went through. It
Okay.
looks like some of them look like they're very thin. They have not eaten in probably weeks.
Valerian will make his way towards, I guess, where.
Yeah, you know
How
where
long-
that area is. It's gonna
How
take you a
long-
little while.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long does it take Valerian to show up? A while.
Valerian will probably take 15 minutes to show up, because he has to go through a different way. Like, you guys went through a portal. Like, he has to like get his way down to the basement area, which is like a cavern. This is a cavern. You're in like a cavern.
Right, okay. And how much notice are the residents of this particular cavern paying to our newly arrived cage?
Nothing. Most of them are
Okay.
sleeping. Some of them are like, they look like hopeless.
Is there any
Some of
sign
them look delusional. Some are like rocking back and forth. They do not look like they're in a good state.
Okay. Is there any sign of frost goblins or anything like that?
Yeah. You can see there are 3 frost goblins in here, and then there's like one that's like a larger goblinoid, and that might be like a frost hobgoblin. That since you know about goblins, he's a little bigger than stouter than the other ones, and it looks like maybe he's being a bossy. I guess. Roll me a perception check, actually.
Okay.
While he's looking around, Ilkin's gonna switch back to his long sword and shield.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of what you see. You see the 3 of them kind of like doing stuff. One of them's kind of like telling the other goblins what to do. They're moving at very slow pace, like they're not in a hurry to do anything. But that's all you see with an 11.
Okay. Are there sort of like hiding places in this room, like furniture and things like that, or is it just completely open?
There's the giant fire pit. There are 3 giant cages that you all are in. They're ice cages. And then there are some carts that are like lined up along the side. It looks like there's like ashes on the cart. I think that's kind of all you see in that room with an 11.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanis. Appreciate it.
I want to wait.
Does part of the cage face a wall?
Yeah, it's up against the wall.
It's up against it?
Yeah.
Or is it
There's like a wall, and like there's along this wall are all these cages. There's 5 of them, but you only see the other 3.
Is there a gap between the cage and the wall, though?
Probably a little bit, maybe like 10 feet.
Maya's probably just sitting here, just kind of cross-armed, just like, well, I'm not a fan of this plan so far. Or it got put over a giant cooker.
But you haven't been put in one yet.
Yet.
Fair enough.
Looking at his own burned clothes. Ilkin's, I don't fancy ever going in one.
Oh no, it would be very pleasant to be roasted alive, clearly.
And Mal, you are able to, unless you guys have a plan that you want to do anything else.
I think after like 5 minutes, if Valerian doesn't show up.
I'm sure Valerian would have told you how long it's going to take them to meet with you. I feel like
Okay.
you're
I
making
guess.
a plan together, right? Like that seems silly.
Okay.
Valerian, along your travel to get there, you kind of stop in the barracks area, which is where you sleep, along with like a lot of the frost goblins and some of the other people who are kind of more servitude type of creatures. There are some other ones that are like weird water creatures. They're strange. They just all sleep in a pile in a puddle together. It's strange.
Whoa.
Yeah, they all just kind of like go into the room, and they're like frost puddles or frost like weird water things, and then they all just kind of like go into a corner and just meld together in like this bowl.
Aw.
And then they become ice, and then they wake up and they separate again in the morning. But it's kind of strange. In your room, you actually see an item. It's something that you want to make sure that you take with you. It's a bag.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So you go to because you know you're going to try to escape, right? Like that's your plan. Your plan is to try to escape. Yeah. So you're going to take this bag with you, and you actually know what this bag is because of your situation that you're in. I'm just going to let you have it. If you look in the handouts, it is the handout that you can see. It's called a bag of holding.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So note that on your character sheet that you have one of those, and that is thank you to Dal.
Thanks, Mom.
Aw. Thanks, Mom. That's great.
She said she'd watch, and she said she'd donate something, and she's asked me. That's why she asked me what's cool magic.
Aw.
She did donate something.
Blessed.
Oh my god.
Let's hold on to that.
That's sweet.
Better not lose it.
Hell yeah. It could even be from Valerian's parents too.
It even says in like the inscription on the bag of holding, like when you open the flap part, says like from Mom to Valerian.
Aw.
I did save their life, so.
Yeah, so you grab your bag, you kind of shove whatever you need inside of it. It carries a lot, so I don't know, you could take everything you own, you just shove it into the bag. There are a bunch of goblins sleeping in there, like frost goblins sleeping in there, so roll me just a quick stealth to see if you awaken any of them.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
Cool. And then you head on over, and the three of you can see Valerian as Valerian goes into the room. They're coming from like a right-hand side corridor. It's like this giant opening of the cavern.
Kind of murmurs finally.
No, there's no. The frost goblins aren't sleeping in the bag. They're sleeping in the barracks where we're all.
Yes, I put the frost goblins.
Oh, scoop the goblins into the bag. You could.
I have a legion of goblins on standby.
That only.
Go.
You just start dumping it out. You're like, oh, how'd you get in there? No.
A bunch of goblins just like fall out. No.
Yeah, so you all are in this room together now.
Does Valerian know if there's like how do they open the cages in this room? Is there also a button?
Yes. And there's a line of them, and you could easily go over there and open all the cages if you wanted.
Mm-hmm. And is there anyone is there like a guard or?
Yes, there are 3 frost goblins and 1 frost goblin, frost hobgoblin.
Yeah, I assume the frost hobgoblin is the
He's
one
boss
like
man.
Yeah.
They're not the brightest, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've been captive here long enough to know. And they let you wander. They don't confine you to a room or anything like that. Whenever it's your break time or you're off duty, because someone else is now standing in the spot that you were standing in.
Yes.
And the Frost King kind of prefers a more intelligent creature to be doing that because it is his throne room. And that is why you got assigned that duty.
I'm a smart boy.
You are. Well, maybe not so smart, but you're very wise and charismatic. So I think that's what got you there.
Yeah, I could tell people, hey, step in this cage. Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You're good.
Well, when your basis of comparison for smarts and intelligence is goblins,
I am a smart boy, very smart.
Or frost giants, they're not very smart either. Let's just put it that way. That's why when the guard was talking to you, he's like, I need you. I need food. Like, he's not smart. They're not smart creatures.
Yeah.
They have like negative to their intelligence.
Should have gone. I know where to get better. Dang it.
Valerian will walk up. I assume the hobgoblin is by the buttons.
Yeah.
Valerian would walk up to the hobgoblin and...
Ooh, are you going to cast one of your spells? I see one that could work.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm going to use... actually, first I'm just going to go look through stuff. Okay, that's... Yeah. I'm going to cast. Doesn't matter what level I cast it on.
Command? You can cast it as a level 1.
Oh no, but I'm a warlock, so it upcasts always to level 2 because I'm level 3, right? So yeah. Is there anyone near the goblin? Or just a goblin?
There's the Frost Hobgoblin, and he's kind of like standing there, like not really doing much, but he's like very smug about it. Like, yeah, I'm the boss. I'm telling everyone else what to do. And he's like standing next to where the buttons are, kind of like in between, like where the door is to the kitchen, and kind of just watching and making sure everyone's doing what they're doing. The other 3 frost goblins are one of them. Roll me a perception check, actually.
Okay.
to see like exactly what you see. And you can do that at advantage because you have been here before.
Okay. Let's go advantage.
Yeah.
Yay!
You didn't even need that advantage. You got a 20. You don't want that. You got the 5. It doesn't help you. With the 20, yeah, you see one goblin is not actually doing their job very well. Their job is to take stuff from inside of the fire pit and scrape it into this cart and take that cart over to like these carts in the back of the cavern. They're like little smaller carts that kind of like they go on a track, and the track like takes them to the garbage pit. And he's supposed to be like taking that and moving it there, but he's not. And it's kind of like really gross. It smells bad. Yeah. Like he's supposed to be taking like the bad smelling shit and taking out of there, but he's being very lazy, and he's actually sitting there fiddling with something in his hand. And because you rolled a 20, he has like a little gem in his hand, and he's like, "My precious, I'm gonna save you. It'll be fine. They won't find you." He's like putting it in his pocket, and so you see that happening. Whereas like these other 2 frost goblins are actually doing their job. One of them is, oh god, it's Frank.
Well,
from season 1. If you watch season 1, you will know what that's in reference to. We have lots of episodes over at Margaret Crone Plays. The other one is like taking a shovel thing and putting it in the pit, and then taking it out, and kind of like putting it back in, and then like once in a while takes this like big device and kind of like clamps down. It's basically he's like fueling the fire, making sure that it's staying going, and he's constantly like taking more like coal or something like that, putting it in, and then he's like grabbing this huge device that's like bigger than him, and he's like pumping it. And this other one is like taking he's going like to the back of the cavern, kind of where the other carts are that are like holding the like gross ash stuff, like the nasty stuff, but he's going over to a different cart that this side of the cart is coming through, so one comes in and one comes out, and that cart he's taking like the coal from it and then putting it into a cart, taking it over to the guy who's like putting it into the thing. So it's kind of like an assembly line circle that's happening, and you notice the one that's not doing his job.
Yeah, Valerian will walk up to the one that's not doing his job first, actually, and
okay, cool.
He'd like I assume he has like his back turned towards like where Valerian came from.
Yeah, he's kind of like over by the ashes cart, and he's like standing there, and he's like,
yeah, Valerian will kind of walk up behind him and like kind of let his shadow loom over him, and like
he like turns and he's like, "What do you want?"
Valerian would point to the gem.
No, my gem, mine. I found mine.
Yes. Do you want to lose it? If you do know that you're supposed to be doing your job, not playing with the gem.
I do job. He puts the gem in his bag, and then he like grabs the cart and he like dumps it in, and then he like puts it down. And he's like, "See, I do job."
Do you want me to tell the king about your little gem? I'm sure the king would like the gem.
Roll me an intimidation or persuasion. I'll take either. I feel like you're trying to intimidate him.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
Wow!
He's not very intimidated. He goes, "I do job. King will know. He see job." You know proof.
I think your glasses fell off.
I think this is the point where someone needs to suggest the changing of the dice color.
Oh yeah, no. Change your dice color.
He has a +5 to his intimidation. It's
nice. Like my highest thing. I have a proficiency.
No, it was good. It was a good. I thought it was very clever what you were trying to do.
How far away is the hobgoblin from the cage?
I will give you an inspiration for that, though.
Okay, thank you.
How far away is the hobgoblin from the cage?
Probably like 100 feet away.
Maggie,
So
is there any other creature? Is there any other creature within 30 feet of the hobgoblin?
Yes. There's the other 2 that are over. They're like by the pit, and they're like one's putting the coal in, and the other one's like right now the other one's like filling up the coal into the guy who's like trying to put the coal into the fire's cart. Or maybe he's swapping carts. Yeah, maybe he's like taking the old cart. He's like waiting for the other goblin to like frost goblin to finish putting the stuff in the cart.
Mm-hmm. So Valerian would just like shake his head at the goblin that went back to his job. I'll give him credit for that. And he'd go to the hobgoblin. He'd walk up.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna cast like he'd pull out his No, I just need a verbal thing. Valerian will tell the hobgoblin, he'd point towards the door, cast command, level 2, so one of the frost goblins next to him. And Valerian would just simply say leave and like point through the door.
To the two little hobgoblins or the
the boss guy and one of the
guys. The hobgoblin the frost goblin. Okay. So you're telling him to leave. He's by the kitchen door.
Yeah, that's where the buttons are, right?
Yeah, that's where the buttons are.
A point to the door.
Okay, so how does this work? What does he need to do?
I just leave.
Tell us all the details of this spell. I think this is the first time command has been used on the show.
Oh, it's just a one-word thing, and they have to follow it. And I added a hand gesture.
On a command, must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, it doesn't understand your language, or if you command that is directly harmful to it.
All right, so a wisdom saving throw, right?
And and also because I cast it at level 2, one creature within 30 feet I can also take
okay, so roll me a 1d6, and evens are the one that's putting the coal in, odds are the one that's like waiting for the guy to put the coal in.
Oh, I could pick the one. I'll just pick the one that's waiting for the guy to put the coal in.
Okay, all right. So first the hobgoblin, wisdom saving.
Yeah, DC 13.
18. He saves.
Oh.
15. They both save. The frost hobgoblin. This is nice try, man. The frost hobgoblin looks at the frost hobgoblin looks at you and is like, "Why? I no need to leave.
The king is looking for you. He says, go to the barracks and solve a mess one of the goblins made. You're in charge, right?
I am in charge.
Yes. Now take care of your subordinates. Go.
Roll me a persuasion or intimidate.
Persuasion. I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah. Nice. That inspo. By the way, you can also donate inspiration to players by doing exclamation point St Jude, and you can send them $10 for either a natty 1 or a natty 20, or $5 for an inspiration. Inspiration's super cheap. Yeah. So with that, the hobgoblin is like, at first he's all like, yeah, and then you're like, ooh, okay. He's like, all right. And so he's like, before he goes, he's like, I have to wait for new crew. Someone must watch buttons.
Me. Valerian will just point to himself. That's why I'm here. Go.
You never on button duty. You always on button duty in throne room.
Well, I could press buttons, can't I? Just go.
He looks at you and is like, okay, I see. You have hit button before. And he kind of like saunters off, not happy, and he starts going on his way.
Valerian would wait till a minute till he's out of earshot, and all of that. And I'm going to press all the buttons to open all the cages.
Oh boy! Everyone, roll initiative.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah,
let's go.
Mal's like so happy. You got the big guy out of there though, so it should be easier for you.
10 to the initiative.
Alert, my dude.
Yeah, alert is helpful.
Alert and swashbuckler. It's so good.
That goblin with the gem, he could have kept this gem and not be in this mess if he listened to me.
Oh yeah, now y'all could get his gem.
Okay. Beat him up.
Beat him up. All right. Has everyone rolled their initiative?
Looks like it.
Okay. So, one goes first with a 17. The next one is Maya, 15.
Do all the other prisoners do anything, or?
No.
They're all
Some
too
of them are like sleeping and probably not going to wake up. Others are like, they're fatigued. Like they're at the point where they're exhausted and they can't. Some of them can't walk. Right. Others are just going to run. Like they're going to just try to get somewhere. Unless someone calms them down, but I don't think anyone is going to, potentially. Maybe, I don't know. 13 is Illikin. And then we've got a 12 for Kalis. And a 7 for the little guy. Or no, Valerian. Alright, so... Little Frost Goblin's gonna go first. Frost Goblin is going to run up to you, Valerian. And is going to... Actually, no. It's gonna... Yeah. Nah, it's gonna stay where it's at, actually. It's gonna hit you with a short bow.
Aha!
That's not
Does a
good.
9 hit?
No.
No. It tries to hit you with a short bow, doesn't do anything. And it's gonna take 10 feet back. Then it is going to be Maya.
Not very good aim.
The moment
No.
the door's open, she's running out. She's running out at the nearest person that she can attack.
Yeah,
No,
go
don't
for
hit
it.
me, don't hit me.
There are
Okay.
2 goblins that you can reach. Actually, no, only the one that was putting the thing in you can reach right now, because the other one is probably out of your range. Because you have 40 feet?
30 if I run.
30 if you run, yeah.
No, 30 normal and then 60 if I
22 hits?
Ooh. Do you get the
Alright,
sneak?
9 damage.
Swashbuckler doesn't need
you-
advantage for
9
sneak.
damage, you kill him. He's dead.
Hot damn.
Yeah, no.
Frost
just
goblins are not very strong.
Yeah, she just basically runs out and just pulls out the sword and just...
Yeah, you
Nearest
just
one.
shove it into him and he crackles open and like you just see ice just fall apart, like it like slices in half and he's now in 2 pieces.
I think he died.
Yeah. Now it is, so he's dead. It was his turn. Illikin.
Is the other one close within 30 feet?
No. You could,
Is he within 60 feet?
yes.
Okay.
He's
How
30,
far?
40, 35, 40. He's 40 feet away from you.
Okay.
Listen,
I'm
Because he
going
took his 10 feet back, that's why.
I'm going to... Smart idea.
Always a smart idea.
Okay. I'm going to dash at him, and then once I get up to him, I'm going to use... Can I do this still?
Action
Yes.
surge.
I'm going to action surge, yes.
Nice. Yeah, you can action surge. That's hard to
And-
say.
I've got
Action
my
surge.
longsword drawn, so I'll use that to... Does action surge use your bonus action?
No.
Uh.
Just gives you another action.
Yep.
Well, then I will also use Fighting Spirit, which allows me to gain 5 temporary hit points and advantage on my weapon attack
Oh.
roll until the end.
And who did all that damage? Is that Maya?
Yeah.
Oh, Maya, you're gonna love this. You did 9 damage?
I
You're-
did 9 normal and then my 14 did 14 from sneak.
So 23 in total.
23 damage. You
Yeah.
take that all as permanent new HP.
What?
The wild magic was the next person to draw blood gains that many HP.
Let's go!
Your max HP is now that
Oh
much
my
higher.
God.
Now that's a
63.
lot of damage.
63!
Yeah. Congratulations! Happy birthday! Mel's
You're
like, what
lucky
the
you went
fuck?
first. Actually,
Everyone's so jelly right now, though. They're like, what?
No. If it was me, I'd be like, Eldritch Blast and then it hits 4.
we just
Let's
got
go.
lucky that that goblin didn't hit.
Let's go!
Yeah, the goblin would have got HP, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, I gain 5 temporary hit points.
Yep.
with my thing, and then I have advantage on this attack against him.
Go for it.
Let's die.
Get him.
You don't hit. Oh wait,
That's a
23. You hit with okay, that's advantage. Yeah, you hit.
Ooh.
Oh,
You
plus
murder
4.
him, he's dead. You're
How
all
many
out of
goblins?
combat initiative for now.
Oh, there are only 2.
Oh, let's
Where's
go.
the gem boy?
How long do I get that?
He's Illican just killed him. Or no, Gem Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that was shoveling the coal?
Oh yeah, he's
in
way
there,
in the
just-
back. Illican, he's way in the back. I forgot about him. I
Oh,
forgot to roll initiative for him.
so there's still
Oh,
one.
Okay.
There's still one left. Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is that one?
He's actually gonna take his action because he was supposed to. He is going to run, and he's going to bonus action hide. He is not. He's scared. And he was also
tried
way
to-
in the back of the cavern. He's over by the other side.
I tried to like get let him leave, but no.
You did try to.
Could
It
have
is
kept-
now.
Went.
It is now going to be Kalar's turn.
Did we see where the goblin went?
You could probably see that he went left, further down the cavern. He's like hiding probably. You would assume that he ran through where the carts are. Like there's carts that go down this little corridor, and there's carts that come back. Looks like he's running that way towards the carts that leave.
Okay. I'm going to fly in that general direction and see if I can find him.
Okay, go for it. It's going to be 30 feet to get here, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 45, 60 feet to get further into there. So
Okay.
so 100 feet. I don't know how far you can fly. What's your fly speed?
Fly speed is 50 feet, so if I dash, 100
You
feet.
can make it 100 feet. Roll a perception check.
There you go.
Whoa.
You see him, but you can't do anything other than a bonus action because you just did a dash. You did double your movement.
I have bonus action stuff. Do I want to? I don't
Actually,
think
wait. Let
any
me
of it's-
see what his hiding is, because he has. Just to see, but I'm pretty sure you can. Oh, you don't see him. Yes.
Oh,
My
shit.
precious, my precious.
They get
The
they
two
get
of
a
us will be
+6.
together forever.
Oh god.
They'll never find us in here.
Aw.
It
Damn
almost
it, Frank.
succeeded and
He just
crit.
wants his gem.
No, I won't. I won't do that this turn.
Ooh, what are you gonna do?
No, I have a thing I will possibly do next turn if we're still staying in initiative.
We're still staying in initiative. Valerian.
Valerian just like turns his, like seeing like the two people from the cage just rush forward and brutally murder those goblins. Valerian shrugs and he'd point towards the kitchen door.
Some people are running. So there are people who are running through the big open place that you went to that does not go out.
Wait. Have any of them crossed them when it's Valerian's turn?
No,
yet?
you have a chance to stop them. I'll let you stop them.
I cast minor illusion on that door, making it look like a wall, and then the wall has a giant like arrow point on it. Like the wall is going to be a slab of ice, I assume. Like,
Nice.
and then on the slab of ice, there's like this big red arrow pointing towards the kitchen door.
They all kind of stand there and they're looking and they look at each other, and one of them like picks up somebody else and is like trying to carry them and drag them, and they're heavy, and someone else one person just topples over everybody else and just starts running that way, and they're all trying to like just get
Yeah,
out.
Valerian points at the door himself and will say, "Go!"
You know that there's goblins in there.
And he also says there's goblins, and Valerian would actually step towards the kitchen door now. And is it closed?
It is. You open the
Yes.
kitchen door.
No. I close.
Okay.
Don't open.
Okay.
And then he would call out to the rest of the party. I guess except for the Calais because he's flying.
Yeah, he can still hear you if you call out.
Oh, okay, yeah, he'd call out. He'd call out. There's more goblins in here, and my turn at the door.
45, 50, 50. You are about
Okay.
55 feet away from him,
Oh, okay.
Kalis, from the door. You're
Okay.
down the hall. And then 5, 10, 15, 20. Maya, you're 20 feet. 5, 10.
And Maggie, if
You're
there's
40
anyone
feet
else,
away. Like, what's up?
if there's anyone else coming from the outside, like going here
Mhm.
from the where Valerian cast minor illusion, it'll look like it's just a wall instead of a door. Also, on the
Oh,
other
okay.
side.
All right. I like that. That's cool. Clever. Although if they touch it, then they'll know that
Yeah,
it's yeah.
They touch it or make
Yeah. Or make a perception check. These guys are groggy. They're like half awake. Some of them are half alive. Some of them are dead. There's that legit dead people that are in those cages too. Like it's not pleasant. So it is now going to be Maya's turn.
Okay.
Y'all squash those hobgoblins.
Let's see. She will. I think she'll make her way to the door that Valerian pointed out at the.
Okay. Yeah, it's only 25 feet away from you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you'd know that there are goblins next to behind the
Yeah,
door.
you're standing right next to the door. Are you going to open it?
Oh yeah, she'll open it.
You open it. That is, so that's 25 feet. You open it. What's your movement?
30.
So you can step into the doorway if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, so you're 5 feet in front of Valerian. Yeah, you step into the door as you open it. What you see before you are a line of like stoves, and they're huge. Like they look like they can cook like a lot of things. It smells disgusting in there. There is a large table that has like cutting supplies on it, and it looks like there's pieces of charred something in there, and it looks like there's a frost goblin like chopping one of them. And on the other side you can see like cabinets. There's like a whole row of cabinets. It looks like there's like these huge dishes. Like one dish, like a plate, is like the size of a horse to you.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, they're like, it's a huge cabinet. And it looks like there's like a giant like a ladder that can like slide across to like grab things. And you see another thing that's like far in the right hand corner that looks like this giant pool. And you see these weird like water creatures like cleaning dishes. So it looks like they're like getting on them and then they're sliding across the dishes. And then like 3 hobgoblins are like picking up the dish and then moving it into like onto like a cart. And so that's what you're kind of seeing. So there's like 3, 4, 5 hobgoblins and 4 frost goblins, 1 hobgoblin or frost hobgoblin, and 3 weird like water creatures.
Who is the closest one to me?
That would be the hobgoblin to the right.
How far away is he?
He's probably like you're at the door, you're right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away from you. And he's 10 feet or 25 feet, and then he is 10 feet up. So 25, 30, 35, 35. But 10 feet of that is he's up on a ladder.
Okay. Is he standing on the ladder specifically?
Yes, he's 10 feet up on the ladder.
Can I run over and kick the ladder out underneath him?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll just be like an athletics or an athletics.
Athletics, let's go.
Get him.
16.
Hot damn.
16, yeah. You kick the ladder. It's not hard to kick a ladder. You kick a ladder, and the ladder goes kind of like falling over. Like, what was your goal with kicking the ladder?
Oh, bring him down to me.
Okay. Yeah, you slide the ladder, and he kind of tumbles down. I'm going to let them all roll initiative really quick, so I can put them into initiative order.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
Jeez.
1, 2,
Well, it's a good
3,
thing that wasn't a roll
4.
against-
Oh shit, I need to grab the other one.
Oh boy.
Well, look at those high rolls.
I'm glad I got this extra health.
Hold on. This
Yeah,
guy
you
gets
might
to
need it.
roll.
Yeah, Maya proceeds to get clobbered by
And-
the goblin.
Then,
Oh, it'll be fine.
hold on. Trying to find where this other creature is. This is not exactly the creature that I'm looking for, so I need to make some edits to it. Oops. You say, what did I do?
No, I said I know what I'm gonna do when it comes to my turn.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, it's not letting me... Oh, because I have to drag it. Duh. Let me for it. I need to make some adjustments. That's not actually what it is, but that's just the name of it. And they are working all together. They're like a pack. Okay, so we've got to add to them to the initiative. So we got a 22 for this goblin. Yes.
Question, just
Mhm.
just mechanics wise for a spell. Are the frost goblins made out of ice?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Oh,
the
nice.
creatures are made out of ice. The weird water creatures, the 3 of them, they all work together all the time, and they are also they're like ice water. They like meld into ice and meld out of ice. They're a custom creature that I've made.
That sounds so cool. I like the
And
sound
then
of
the
that.
third one, it got a 21. These guys rolled really well.
Yeah, that's stupidly
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, like
they're all around Maya, right? Because she kind of just kicked the ladder under them and they all fell down.
and then
Or...
12 is
Only one fell.
Oh, only one fell. Okay.
what's your
The rest
dexterity, Kalar?
It's a +3 bonus. 16.
16. This guy's... Okay, so you get to go first. And then these guys rolled really poorly because they are 6. Okay, so we are currently at Maya's turn, right? Yeah. So this guy tumbles down, and then he has to roll athletics or something to not
Dex
take
save, right?
damage.
Or
Yeah, it's like a dex save to not die or not take damage.
rolls a
I
one.
mean, it might also be possibly die.
Okay. Yeah, he lands on his feet.
Whoa.
it's-
Oh, it's a hobgoblin. Oh my.
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
specifically targeted him.
And then, is there a bonus action you want to do?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think
Alright.
I'm good with that.
This guy is going to stay hidden and stay stealth as he's breathing heavily into his crystal. Illiken, it's your turn.
Okay.
It's mine. It's mine. They'll never find us. We'll be hidden forever together.
I'm going to dash into the kitchen, yelling freedom.
Alright, so how many feet can you go?
I can go 60 feet in total while dashing.
Oh yeah, you rush into the kitchen. You go 5, 10.
Freedom!
You're like in the middle of the room. You're right here. Like almost the middle, not quite.
Good,
And
that's
there's
what I
a
was trying to
long
do.
table. Like you run into a long table in the center of the room. There's like this long table that has like, it looks like prepared stuff. And then on the side is where like the cooking stuff is. The back is where these weird water things work. We're washing something. There's a creature in the front that's like doing something. And then like there's a hobgoblin, a frost hobgoblin, like landing next to Maya.
Okay. And I'll just stand there looking ready.
Okay. Freedom! You yell. A bunch of people follow you as you yell freedom, and there's a few civilian people that basically just run in. There's one that's like carrying somebody. So now like there's also these other people coming in there. Yeah, it's not your initiative yet. Kalar, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I hear the goblin making that little skit about the precious?
No.
Okay.
I was joking, because he's hiding.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I was saying that he was hiding.
We should just let him.
You can roll. You can roll another perception check if you want.
Not bothering us.
Find him. Find him.
Yeah.
I think I will.
Yeah, go ahead, find him.
Okay, first though, as a how long do I want to spend doing this?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Yeah, let's find this goblin and make sure he gets dealt with. Okay, so first of all, do I have an approximate idea of where I think this goblin is?
Yeah. You think that he's around where you're at. That was the last place you saw him run. Was in there. That's all you know.
Okay, then as a bonus action, Kalis calls out in Sylvan. And a translucent creature answers his call. The faint outline of a hawk.
Ooh. I think it gives you a perception bonus, like a advantage, right? Yeah. That's cool.
Aura is
it's a druid thing, right?
It is, yeah. 30-foot radius.
So everyone within 30 feet of you. Yeah. Super handy for scouting trips.
So to anyone who's perceiving anything within that aura has advantage on perception checks.
Ooh.
Okay. And that's a bonus action. As an action, I will then cast Fairy Fire, where I think this goblin is.
Ooh.
And he can make a dexterity save, please, or be outlined in glowing green.
Oh, I like it. All right, let's see how he does.
Then, yeah,
with
obviously
save.
perception with advantage to try and track him, if I can find him.
Ooh, okay, so he's not terrible at dex saves. 7. Oh, he does not do very well. No. He's outlined. He's outlined, and he's holding this orb, and he's like,
"Precious, they'll never find us, precious."
And then you just see in one of these crates, they're like, so it's like a line of like if you think of like mining carts, it's like a line of mining carts, right, that are going this way, and a line of mining carts that are going this way. He's going in the ones that are in this way, and he's sitting in one of them, and he's sitting in the middle of a bunch of ashes. It's disgusting. He's sitting in a bunch of dead people's ashes and sitting in the middle, and he's going, "My precious." You can see him.
Okay.
You can see him outlined. His little hands rubbing on something.
Okay.
Oh my.
I will. I'm assuming he's close enough that I'm in range to, so I'm not.
Yeah, you're literally standing right above him, like you're flying right above his cart, like you're right on top of his cart.
I've used my action, bonus action, so I'm not going to bother moving away if he's right there.
Yeah.
And that will end my turn for now.
Perfect. Now it is Valerian, and it looks like we might run a little bit late if everyone's okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, Valerian, it's your turn.
Valerian would like go move up to the doorway and just how many hostile, like, the ice creatures are here?
There's so if you stand in the doorway, which you can see in the doorway right now, you're like if you step 5 feet, you can be in the door. There is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 feet away from you, there's a hobgoblin there. Further down, there's like a frost goblin down at the end. There's 3 other frost goblins that were to the right of that goblin that were holding a plate, but now there's a plate on the ground, and they're all turning. And then there's like that weird water creature in the far right that's on top of another plate that's floating inside this giant bucket.
Okay. So how far away are they from Snaz, the far back creatures?
How far is what?
How far are the goblins and the water creature away from Snaz?
From
Illican. Oops.
Illican, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 55.
Oh, okay, so there.
This one is 5, 10, 15, 30, 40, 45. And then there's another one that's 50.
Oh, okay, so they're far away.
And then the other one is 55.
How far away would they be from me? Sorry?
30, 45.
Farthest away.
The farthest one away?
Yeah.
Is the Hobgoblin 4. Or the Frost Goblin is 4. It's like in the middle, straight down the room. Like you can see it from where you're at.
But is it more than 60 feet away from me?
It is exactly 60 feet, I think I said.
Oh, okay, perfect. Sorry. My spell has a 10-foot sphere. I'm sorry,
from you, so it's 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. But if you moved up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, if you moved up 30, you would be 60 feet away from it.
Yeah,
sorry, I was calculating how far Illican was from it.
Yeah, sorry, it's all good. I'll move up 30, but
okay.
Can I put is the room big? How close is the hobgoblin? Because I know the hobgoblin's a lot closer.
It is 5, 10, 15, 25 feet away from you. If you run up. Yeah.
Can I move up but not enter the hobgoblin's melee range?
Yeah, you're 25. You're running up to it, and you're it's 15 feet that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll go to the way that won't put me next.
You're not getting attack of opportunity.
Yeah. So all of what can I fit in the 10-foot sphere? What are my options? I have a 10-foot sphere spell.
The most ideal would probably be the 3 goblins that are all next to each other and that weird creature that is in that space. So if you put it in the middle of all 4 of those, you'd hit all 4 of them.
Perfect. And I assume there's no civilians there yet.
They're not over there. They're running out towards the door.
That's good.
Yeah.
I will cast. Valerian would hold this orb thing in his hand, and magic will coalesce around it, his color of grayish bluish magic, and everyone could suddenly just hear this ear-shattering a clap, and originating from the point in between the 3 goblins and the water elk creature would be a big shockwave, and I'll cast Shatter. They have disadvantage on the save throw because they are made of ice.
What type of damage is this?
Thunder.
Thunder. Ooh, okay. So they have disadvantage, and that is going to be the water creature. That is a what save?
The Constitution.
These are for the water creatures.
Oh, come on!
Denied.
Half
the
damage.
Frost Goblin is going to be...
Oh, you got 1.
2. So Goblin 3 and Goblin 3 and Goblin 2, yeah. Or Goblin 2 and Goblin 3.
Might have got all of them, because they still take half damage.
Yeah.
They don't have a whole lot of hit points.
They do not.
Mm-hmm.
The 19th Thunder.
Half damage is still going to be...
So 19 damage. You kill all 3 of the goblins, the frost goblins. The 3 frost goblins that are all around just shatter into the pieces that shatter into them just kind of cling into the pieces of the frost giants, and they just split into pieces, and so you just see all these shards of these frost goblins just falling to the floor as this shattering slices through them, and it sautés them into tiny pieces, kind of like they were sautéing other people into pieces.
Yay!
And then the water creature that's all kind of melding splits into pieces, and a smaller chunk of it kind of goes off into its own side, and it actually coalesces and then steams and fizzles. And so it's still there. It's just not it's not as big as it was before. It's smaller.
Yep. That it took 9, I think. Yeah, 9. This half and then rounds down, if I'm correct. Yep.
Yeah, it takes 9. So but it's still fine. It's still fine.
No more goblins over.
No. There is one more goblin far straight forward, and there's a hobgoblin to your left. And it is going to be... Or did you have anything else that you wanted to do?
I will. Yeah. Wait. Don't I have a?
I forgot to go for the hobgoblin. He's gonna go next.
Yeah. I gain temporary hit points equal to
Ooh. Go for it. Yeah, nice.
charisma plus warlock level. So that's 3
That's
plus
handy.
6. 6 temporary hit points.
Perfect. All right,
Thank
then
you.
this hobgoblin is going to attack the person in front of him who knocked him off the ladder. He's very, very angry.
It's fine.
He's going to take his longsword and smack you with it. And
Oh, no.
he's going to hit twice. Does a 20 hit? And does an 8 hit?
20 hit. 20 hits for 8 doesn't.
7 slashing damage.
All right.
And then he can also deal an extra 2d6, so he's going to do that.
All right.
7 damage.
Okay.
14 damage.
Got it.
The extra damage is ice damage. So the first one, he slashes you with his longsword, and the second one, he kind of motions his hand, and these shards of ice come fleeing out of his hand, like it's like his nails almost. It's really creepy. His like nails shoot out at you, and you're like, ah,
Oh.
yeah, it's not
Oh,
nice.
no.
It's gross.
Oh.
And now it's going to be the water creature. The water creature is going to move. Let's see, how fast does it move? 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. It's going to move right up into range. Yeah, right up to range. Of both of you two. Valerian and Billiken. A bunch of people are going to run out of the room too. Or they're going to try to. They're going to push on the door. We'll see how they roll. And it is going to slam. Actually, no.
Come on and slam.
Welcome to the jam.
Good movie.
Sorry.
Ooh, okay, wait. You need to, the two of you, Valerian and Illiken, need to make a saving throw, a strength saving throw.
No, not strength.
Strength.
Yep.
Ah!
That's funny.
Yeah,
You had to get a 13. Oh, no, you had to get a 15, it says.
No,
So
not-
Valerian doesn't save, Illiken does. And then you're going to take... Holy crap. I
That's
think
a
I just
lot
kill
of
you.
damage.
What's your max
that's a lot of
HP?
damage.
24.
24. Okay, so it doesn't flat out kill you. You're at 0.
I'm not at.
Oh, you're not? How much HP do you have left?
I don't think either.
I'm at full HP.
Yeah,
so
Oh
I'm-
yeah, you
temporary
have temporary HP too. How much? Okay, so how much HP are you at?
that's 19 damage, right?
Yes.
19, so that's 6. That's 13 to your health, so you are
Yeah, I'm at 11.
11, yeah. You're at.
Okay. Yeah. It basically it slimes its way. It's like ice or water, and it like swishes and washes towards the two of you, and you just see this like plume of water coming towards you, and then it coalesces into this ice creature, and it flings shards of ice at you, and one of you dodges, like starts dodging these pieces that are kind of coming for him. Valerian, you just get like plummeted with them all throughout your bodies. You just have like shards of ice, and then they slowly
Ow.
start melting.
I like
And
to
then
think
it
that I
is
just
going
hide
to
behind my
be
shield.
Goblin 4's turn. Goblin 4 is going to run forward. I think he doesn't have very much speed. What's his speed? 30 feet? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, he can run up to here, so he can't actually do much. So he's gonna go there, and he's going to shoot his crossbow or sharp bow at you, Maya.
Okay.
Yeah, why does nothing
Yes,
target
yes.
me?
9 does not hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. And he runs up forward further up to, he's like 10 feet away from you. He can't get any closer. And then it is going to be Maya's turn. Top of the order. And then the next up will be... that creature's dead. It will be Illiken.
She's going to take a stab at the hobgoblin that is next to her.
Go for it, yeah.
22.
A hit.
That is 17 damage.
Ooh, 17 damage. Nice.
That's a lot of damage.
You kill him.
Nice.
Rogues.
Tell us how it goes.
After getting shot at by icicles, she's probably displeased and proceeds to just decapitate him just with a very disgusted look on her face.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you just slice his ice head off and like the head kind of like slides because it's like ice and it just slides off and plops into the floor and then it shatters into pieces and the rest of his body kind of like falls to the ground. And then do you have anything else you want to do? Bonus action?
Movement.
I think she'll she'll start making her way over towards the strange creature, but as she passes the body of the goblin, she spits at it.
Yeah, spit at that goblin.
Spit as free action, 10 out of 10.
Spit action.
Yeah. So it is going to be Illiken's turn. And then Kayla, you're next on deck.
So there's a big water monster thingy in front of me.
Yeah, there
now,
is.
Correct? Or
Yeah.
turned into ice
Well, it's
or
ice
something?
now. Yeah, it's an ice monster now.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it. Did I take any damage from that? From saving, or
Nope.
did I just take none?
You took none.
Yeah, I'll just.
Do you want to take some damage? I will give you some damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Would you like some of that 2d8 plus 4 damage?
No.
I realized that creature was 1 away from max rolling the damage.
Yeah. I
No,
rolled really well.
I'm going to hit it.
25 hits?
Illiken,
I
let
hope
me
it does.
damage. You want some damage?
Hit it very
10
hard.
damage. Right. It is still alive.
Very hard.
Of course it is.
And
And then I'm gonna yell at it.
what do you yell? What do you say?
Come at me! I'm still alive.
A part of its ice sways a little bit. And it is going to be Kaler's turn with Valerian on deck.
Right. Okay. This goblin.
Oh, you're in another room. I'm like, where are you on the map? I'm like, oh yeah, you're over there.
Yeah. I'm going to stop concentrating on Fairy Fire because I now know where he is, and I'm
Yeah.
about to cast another concentration spell. As a bonus action, I summon a Flame Blade.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and stab this goblin with this
Go
flame
for
blade.
it, yes. Flame blade this goblin up.
Ooh.
Yeah, you hit it. It's a frost goblin.
Jesus!
Did you crit?
That's
Oh,
crit.
crit.
Yeah,
Crit the hit.
sorry, I left advantage on, but the first roll was a crit anyway.
Yeah, it was a crit, yeah.
Big crit.
Do you even need damage? 14.
Yeah, you slice this bad boy. Tell us what it looks like because he's made of ice, so you actually do 24 damage to him.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be 28?
Or 28, yeah. I can't do math, sorry.
yeah, it's fine. He basically starts intoning in. It's a mix of languages as his verbal components, and just does these sort of like hands together, pulling apart. And as he does so, the scimitar forms, and he just strikes downwards.
My breath. And he slices in half.
Oh,
A nice, clean, crisp slice. And you hear something clink
And I
at the
pick
bottom
that
of the
up.
cart. Yeah, you can put your hand in there. That's gonna have to be... I think that would take a full action to like pick it up. You could pick it up
Okay.
next round.
Yeah, I'm picking up next round then.
Yeah. Or yeah, because you have to like drop your weapon and then you have to go pick it up. Right? Because you can't like. Well, are you one-handing? Is it a one-hand or two-hand?
It's a scimitar, so it is one-handed.
Yeah, so you do have the
I would assume I'd probably be using my shield because I was expecting combat.
Yeah, so you'd have to drop something. You'd have to drop one of the things to pick it up. Or you'd have to put something away, which is like...
I'll put the shield away. I want to keep this flame light.
Okay. Yeah, you put the shield away as your bonus action. And then next round you can pick up the thing. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Okay.
So next up is going to be the water creature.
Oh, okay, I'm just gonna die now.
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh no, Valerian, it's your turn. Never mind, sorry.
Yes,
You go before the water thing. I forgot.
I get to not die, maybe. Unless,
Maybe.
of course, it rolls.
Alright, what do you want to do?
I tried to
No.
attract its attention.
Yeah,
Did.
thank you. So Valerian was like kind of staggered back as like he's impaled by shards of ice. That's very painful. And as the ice melts, Valerian's eyes eyes kind of like glow with a bit of magic. As I'm going to use my racial. Sorry, I'm just double checking if it's yes, it's at 2nd level. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis at 2nd level. That's my racial.
Ooh.
And I get 10 temporary hit points.
Nice. Handy dandy.
And like the ice as it melts the water will seem to like disappear and form like a swirling, almost like a snowstorm around Valerian.
Ooh, nice. It's like a snowstorm around you.
Yeah.
Very cool. Actually, that changes what the creature is going to do. At first, it was going to hit you because it damaged you already, and it was like, oh, I can kill him. But then it sees this like roll of like snow and ice, and it's like, oh, you're one of us. And it turns towards Illiken, and it is going to do 2 slam attacks on you.
I didn't die.
Oh, it crit.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
13 doesn't hit, though. 13 doesn't hit, right?
No, I've got an 18 AC right now.
Yeah.
But that's a crit.
Holy moly, 23 damage.
I would like to use my reaction
Okay,
to use my stone endurance to reduce that damage.
do it.
Which I'll throw that in the chat so I can.
Yes.
Yeah, good call.
Right now.
Yeah, no, you need that. You need it so bad.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
Okay, so it's instead of 23, it's 17. I have 5 temporary hit points, so I take 12 physical damage. 1, 2.
You still
I'm
doing
at
all right?
19 HP.
Okay, all right.
19 out of 40.
11.
All right. Hey, I put this in the calculator. This was supposed to be like an all right fight for you all.
It's fine.
The hardest thing is that you have like a variety. You have a range. You have like level 3 person and a level 6 person, so it kind of definitely, you know,
High level.
you're gonna have a monster that's a little hard in there.
Yeah, and technically I'm in the other room not doing stuff to help the party.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
that's
But-
kind of...
You're getting an orb. Yeah. So the next person up is going to be the top of the round. Goblin 4. He's still alive. Frost Goblin 4. Yeah. Frost Goblin 4 is going to move up. He gets some bonuses now because oh no, he doesn't because Hobgoblin is dead.
Yep.
Oh, Frost Hobgoblin's dead. Okay, he doesn't get those bonuses.
And the other one is running to the barracks.
Yeah, he's gonna take some long sword action at Maya. I don't know if any of these are gonna hit. 10?
Oh, is this the?
6?
Is this the? None of those hit.
Okay. This
is there
is the
another
Frost
one?
Goblin who's now running up to you. Yeah, he was shooting you with a bow before. Now he's within range to actually like come up to you.
Oh, okay.
And then it is going to be next up Maya, your top of the order, and then it'll be Illiken next.
Going to retaliate.
Retaliate.
Oh,
You hit.
Be gone.
You murder him.
Got him.
Tell us how you kill this Frost Goblin.
I imagine like the goblin comes up and starts swinging. She just kind of dodges out of the way and just like with.
Yeah, you're just like, psh, psh. It's like one of those things where you like hold the kid's head and they're like trying to hit you and they can't reach.
Yeah. Just kind of dodges out of the way and just with like minimal effort just stabs him and kind of like in the throat.
I love it.
Lol.
Perfection. Anything else you want to do?
Again, continue to make my way over to this lovely creature that just
The water creature?
slammed her. Yeah.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, you can make it. I'll put you right there, right next to it. All
Yay.
right.
That's
Next
not a smart
up
idea.
is going to be Illiken, and then Kalar, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to use Fighting Spirit again,
Thanks.
so I
Okay.
can get 5 temporary hit points.
Yeah, you definitely want that bad boy.
And have advantage on my weapons attack roll.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm gonna try to hit the
How many times can
water
you do
creature
that?
with 3 times in total per short rest.
Cool. Yeah,
I
it says
believe.
3
Or
times.
sorry,
It
long
says-
rest.
It says 3 times per long rest. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
That's handy.
Yes.
I love it.
Boom.
That's not supposed to be at advantage, right?
It is supposed to be at advantage.
Ooh, okay. Let's see if a 14 hits. In D&D, I believe it is attacker wins.
yes.
You just got it. Barely hit
Nice.
it. But yeah, you do.
Got him, Chief.
Got him.
And
8
I deal 8
damage.
damage. I missed my greatsword,
Nice.
but I
Perfect.
would be dead without my shield.
Now it is going to be Valerian or Kalar's turn. And then Valerian, you're next.
Okay, so
You
first
pick
of all,
the orb up?
Yep.
Yeah, you pick up the orb. I will tell
so-
you what the orb is.
oh, okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to put it in a handout.
Ooh.
And then you can tell everybody what it is.
Oh.
Didn't.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
really.
Okay. This is an orb of dragon kind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's got rather a lot of text on it. So given that we're already running over,
Mhm.
basically gets various minor properties that aren't currently specified, so we'll sort that out later. Has a number of charges. Can use those charges to cast spells like Cure Wounds, Daylight, Death Ward, Scrying, and it can cull dragons.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It is handy.
While-
Yeah, you can all see it in the handouts, so you can read it. But yeah,
Yeah.
and other
While
people can
someone-
Google it. It is an item that is in D&D.
It's an artifact.
Mm-hmm. It is
Use
amazing.
an action to issue a telepathic call to dragons in all directions for 40 miles.
Yeah,
And summon-
that hobgoblin was definitely talking to someone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that is getting put away somewhere safe.
All right, what do you want to do?
I am making sure I
keep.
keep hold of that.
Mm-hmm. So you used your full action to pick it up, right?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
And you can
work
still
out what
move,
the
I
hell it
believe,
is.
though. You still have your
Yeah.
movement.
I will move 50 feet towards getting into the other room.
Is your movement 50 feet?
While I'm flying, it is, yeah. If I have to actually walk, if there's not
Okay.
enough,
So you
height
can't
or
get
whatever.
to the kitchen
Oh.
quite yet. Wait, hold on.
I imagine I might have to land to actually go through the doorway. At
Yeah.
which point I'm actually quite slow.
So
at the
you're
motion.
like 5, 10. You're 15 feet away from like going through the door.
As it stands right now.
Yes. Now that
Yeah.
now that you flew.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can
Cool.
kind of see what's going. You can see in the doorway. There's like this ice door that's been opened, and you can see that there's like this weird water ice creature, and like 3 of your friends are surrounding it. And then you see in the far left, you see like 10 people trying to push a door open, but none of them are being successful because they are not strong. And it is going to be the water's weird's turn.
What?
The weird water creature.
Don't
wait.
forget me.
Yeah, no, Valerian, you're right. Sorry. Go ahead. Go. It's because like I have other creatures that were around you before, and then I like cross them out, and so then you're kind of like weird in there. I'll put a heart around you so I don't miss it.
You might want to back away.
Am I standing in melee range of the creature?
Yeah, you're 5 feet away from it. Like it can hit you. It can hit you. You can hit it.
It currently thinks you're friendly though.
If you take disengage as an action, you can move without provoking.
Yeah.
Yes, you
I
can
know.
disengage.
I'm thinking.
Well, he doesn't know that the creature thinks it's friendly. He's friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, this is true.
Am I still? Can I look through the door that I came through going in?
Yeah,
here?
you see Kalis right there in the doorway.
Is there anyone like behind him? Any more civilian?
No.
Well, no, they're all.
You can't see, but Kalar, if you look behind you, you see a bunch of people who are still in their cage. The cages are open.
Yeah.
They don't look like they're alive.
Valerian would take a disengage.
Or maybe they're sleeping. You don't know. They all just look like they're laying there.
Valerian would disengage towards the door where all the civilians are.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet.
Oh, okay, 30 feet.
Okay, you go 30? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'll just
You
kind
moved
of
over there.
go there. And my turn.
All right, cool. And then it is going to be the water creature's turn. The water creature's going to do another couple slams. One on Maya, who just showed up in front of him, and then one on the other creature.
That's a hit.
16 and 23.
16 hits.
Wait, was the 23 on me again?
Yes.
I take the 6, so I take 15.
You take 15, and then he takes 11.
Ow.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad I didn't get hit twice.
Shush.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Shush your face.
I've been hit twice.
Yeah, he was attacking you originally, but then someone else came into his range, and he's like, "What the heck?" And he just slams. So what it looks like to you guys is like these crystals, like ice crystals, just kind of formulate into arms, and then it just down comes like these giant icicles, and they just slam into you, and you just get like icicle bludgeoned.
Ow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Rude.
Very rude. Are y'all still alive?
Yeah.
Maya's fine, probably.
Yeah, 35.
Oh yeah, Maya's
She's
super
hella
fine. That's true. I forgot Maya has so much HP.
I got
From
that.
the wild magic. That's why I was like, oh, I'm gonna write this down, and I'll remember it. And I wrote it. I highlighted it, and I was like, okay. And I was like, oh yeah, forgot. Almost forgot.
I'm so glad I have a high initiative order. Let's go.
I think that sneak attack helped you get more. Okay, then it is going to be Maya's turn.
Again, she's gonna swing at it.
Yeah, go for it. Well, I think this is the first time you're actually hitting this thing.
15.
15 hits. Oof.
19 damage.
Dang, 19 damage. Let's see where he's at.
Wait, actually, hold on. Is Illican within 5 feet?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just 9 damage. Sneak attack doesn't apply.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, why doesn't sneak attack apply?
It's within 5. If anything's within the creature of 5 feet, it doesn't apply.
Is that swashbuckler thing?
Swashbuckler, what it does is normally with sneak attack, I have to have advantage to do it. Swashbuckler gets rid of that rule. The only time that I cannot do it is if something's within 5 feet of the target, incapacitated, or if I don't get disadvantage to hit it.
Wait, no, isn't it sneak attack is you don't need advantage if the enemy of a target is within 5 feet, so you should be able to sneak attack it.
Can I still sneak attack it?
I think that you can, but...
I just threw it in the chat,
Okay.
so it's easier to read.
You don't
Yeah.
need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target. Oh, it's if there was another creature.
Yeah, it still works.
Yeah, it
Oh,
still
okay,
works.
so
So you,
that's-
still-
yeah,
okay,
get the
so
19.
19.
All right.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, it's still alive.
Of course it is.
How is it looking? Or,
It's looking like you're taking chunks out of it. That was a big chunk. And then is Illiken's
Get him,
turn with
Maya.
Kalar
Get him,
next
Maya.
up.
Okay. I'm gonna use my second wind and recover a 1d10 plus my fighter level, which is 4 right now,
Do it.
as a bonus action. I am hurt. I am very much hurt.
Ooh, getting that 13 back. Nice. Yeah, see what you guys got.
Okay.
You guys got this. This is like the hardest creature you've had to fight. You could have been fighting those frost giants.
Yeah, no.
That would have
And
been
then,
suicide.
Yeah, no.
Yes. And then I will just do my normal attack against it. Advantage this time.
It hits.
And I did max damage. Yes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice. It's still alive, but that was you took another chunk out of it, and so you see these like ice shards slowly kind of falling off, and they're not reformulating; they're like melting and into water pools. And now it is going to be Kalar's turn, and then Valerian next.
Okay, so from where I am, given I'm a distance from the doorway,
15.
can I actually see any enemies from where I am?
Yeah, I told you that you could. Yep, I told you what you could see.
Sorry, my brain was reading orb stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That orb is fancy.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of this game, is that I can give people like crazy shit. So
It's also dangerous.
it is also very dangerous.
Really, really dangerous. Yes.
Don't get
We're
charmed
not
with it.
ready.
Give it to me.
I am not.
Don't give it to Maya. Oh my god.
No, no way.
No, don't let Maya touch that.
Anyway, is there? Am I close enough that I could basically do a fly through the doorway and be in range to attack something?
I think you could fly through the doorway. Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I'm a human sized, well, smaller than human, just under 5 foot creature with wings proportional to my size.
Oh yeah, no, you can't
So
fly through the doorway. It's not a big doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Okay. So I will fly to the doorway, land. How far was that? You said 15 feet?
Yeah, that was 15 feet, and then you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet to get to the water creature. Yeah, 30 feet to get to the water creature.
Okay, my speed in walking is half the speed of my flight, so effectively if I do a square walking, that's effectively 10 feet of movement, so I can't actually get close enough.
But you can get there, get close enough for next time you can get up to it.
Oh yeah, I can get closer. Okay.
So take the 15, you're at the doorway.
Yeah, I will
And
step
then you
through the
have-
doorway, so that's 25. I will then go another 25 into the room to get me closer.
Yeah, you're basically 10 feet away from it now. Or 5 feet. Like there's, yeah. You just need to take a 5 foot step and then you'd be in there. You'd be in range.
And then I'd be in melee range. Yeah. That
What else
one's
would you
melee,
like to
that
do?
one's cold damage, so...
Don't do cold
Yeah.
damage on a cold creature. That would be just
No,
silly.
No.
Someone else was like, let's do frostbolt. I was like, alright.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna use rain frost.
give me some frostbolts. I'll take it.
Ooh, when I fly in and do that thing, can I actually get so I'm adjacent to somebody who looks injured?
Illiken's right next to you. He's within 5 feet.
Okay. You've taken the hammering, haven't you?
Yes, but I'm up to 26 HP, so I can only heal 14. Wanted to know.
Heals you for
No.
10.
I am at.
No.
Did you-
16. So I think
So I'm
you're
at full.
Yeah, full HP. Nice. He's gonna need it because it might get slammed again. All right. And that puts us in Valerian with the water creature up next, and then Maya after that.
Come on and slam.
And welcome to the gym.
Jam, slam, slam, and
Now that
jam.
Valerian kind of put distance between him and the creature, he's gonna, as I assume the creature's like kind of looking at the stuff around him. So, as Valerian does his best as the creature, like
You're like 30 feet away from it, yeah.
isn't like kind of looking. He'd fire an Eldritch Blast real quick and kind of try to,
Yeah,
you
go
know,
for it.
yeah. Since I'm in the crowd of civilians, which one am I?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Eldritch
Wait,
Blast?
don't draw it
Have
to the
it,
civilians.
yeah, have it totally see you shoot at it when you're
Oh, wait.
around a bunch of civilians.
No, wait a
Okay,
minute.
do it. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not the
Yeah, do
civilian.
it.
Actually,
Wait.
I'd be able to kill
Do it.
it.
Yeah,
without
that's
checking
now that I
impact.
think about it, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
We're not civilians.
That's a great idea. I love it. Let's go.
Hide behind the civilians.
Are you evil?
No, I'm lawful neutral. Yeah, no, Valerian actually wouldn't. That's not smart. Sorry, my bad, guys. I was out of. That's like no, that was dumb. I will move.
I approve of the plan.
Of course
I
you
will
do.
move a bit away from the civilians, like around it, like maybe flanking it or something from the back, and I will
Yeah.
Eldritch.
Okay.
Yay.
How many feet do you want to go forward?
So I'm 30 feet away from it now.
Yes. Yeah.
I will go 15 feet. 15 feet.
Oops.
Yeah, spend 15 of my movement to go away from it.
Okay. Moving you there. You're there.
And I will Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Boom. So like Valerian will hold out his
Ooh, yeah.
crystal orb and like another blast of energy flies and
Do the
hits the
damage.
creature.
Ooh,
7 damage. Oof, nice.
Oh, I see that
Takes-
invocation you have on it, and I approve.
The what?
I see the invocation you have. I approve.
And then, is there anything else you want to do?
Not
I will
die.
end my turn. Yeah, not die. That's for one.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to die? All right, everyone. Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Roll me a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, it's straight. I have a negative at that. Oh,
Why can't I use dexterity to
24
dodge?
saves.
I got it.
Oh
Oh, I saved.
Luckily, you can't, like, crit fail.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Anyone who failed to hit the 15 takes 12 damage.
no!
Aha.
That would just be our.
Okay, good. You're not dead.
chicken.
So since like I assume everyone, so it looks like shards are like flying at all directions, right? Ugh.
Yeah, it hits
Okay.
everything. Yeah, you just see, like, this thing explodes into pieces of, like, shards everywhere. It's still
How many
there,
civilians
but it
die.
the civilians,
All of
I
them.
think, are just out of range. Yeah,
Okay, good.
because they're all, like, huddled by the door, so.
Okay,
But because
good.
Valerian moved in, it hit Valerian. It wouldn't have hit Valerian if they would have stayed.
Oh
They
God, you have such low health, Coin.
And then it is going to be Maya's turn.
Ah!
I think it actually does more damage if it slams, but that thing is like a recharge, so it was recharged. Like, I can do it again.
10. Oh!
10 does not hit.
Come on,
It is
man.
now Illiken's turn.
Okay, I'd like to use my last fighting spirit to give myself 5 temporary hit points
Do
and
it.
advantage.
Do it.
Get him.
Okay. Have to.
Who knew the weird water creature was going to be? You should put the water creature in your bag of holding. 25 hits.
Well, look at what Stan said.
What did Stan say?
If the
Civies get-
civies got hit.
Extreme collateral damage. Yeah, you guys have just killed, like...
Valerian has
six.
Damage.
6 slashing.
I wish I was dual wielding. I could have rerolled that.
Ooh, that's nice.
Or not dual wielding, two handing.
It is getting close. You see it slowly, a big chunk of it, you slash a piece of it and it slides off of it. It doesn't reconvene with the rest of it, and it just melts into a puddle slowly over time. It's like a little icicle, and then it melts. And then it is going to be Kalar's turn with Valerian up next. You can 5-foot step to it and hit it.
Yeah, I'm debating discretion.
Oh, okay. You're debating discretion.
But yeah, let's see if we can finish this thing.
You're playing this and go a foul.
13 does not hit.
No.
Alright. Close though. It was close.
Feels bad.
You barely miss. You swipe with your blade down and the flame barely hits this, like it touches the side of the water, like the ice creature, and it kind of slowly singes a little bit of it, and you see that like if you would have just been like a centimeter over, just a little centimeter, you could have took maybe a chunk of it out. But no.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys already know that it has 14.
Yeah, I know.
And then, okay, because I think someone else just hit it right on the dot.
Yeah, I hit it barely.
Yeah.
Valerian, it's your turn.
Valerian once again, it's like, or his orb not even go. You know, the glow still remains from the last spell. Another blast of eldritch magic will come out and strike towards the creature.
Go for it.
Get him!
13 does not hit. Oh, I heard you smash your desk. Barely.
Sorry, I forgot. I'm
barely.
not on push to talk.
The blast. No, it's fine. The blast goes right past it, and it doesn't even. It swooshes around, and it's almost like it smiles at you, laughing. And then it is this creature's turn.
Wait, I'm going to move another 15 feet away. Oh wait, okay. I'm going to move 30 feet away, like away from the civilian and the creature. Yeah.
You're gonna towards them or like no
away
towards the other door. Towards the okay.
Away from both.
25, 30.
Yeah, away from everything.
Feet? Okay, so this way, 30. Okay, I've moved you there. And now it's going to slam at Maya and Illiken again.
Oh boy.
Maya first.
Hey, at least you.
Oh yeah.
And Illiken next. 24 hit. Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Hit. 9 to Maya, 8 to Illiken. Woo!
That's not as bad as
we're back at the top with Maya.
I'm going to stab him.
I can't believe you all failed that whole round.
Stab him!
Guys.
I didn't fail.
If Maya didn't have the extra HP from wild magic, she'd be down now.
19 damage to it. Let's go.
You kill it.
Oh.
She's like, thank God.
Oh.
Is all enemies currently dead?
Yes, you're all out of initiative now.
I'm gonna quickly run to the cages to wake up anyone who's sleeping to try to help them escape.
Well, now if you want to go back out there, you don't know what's out there.
I'm going back out there.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can go back out there.
Valerian
you run to the cage, and you're like trying to get everybody out. Roll me a 1d12.
Maya's probably kicking what's left of the corpse of this water window, just kicking it like...
Kicking water?
Yeah, she's kicking water.
Out of the 12 people, 9 of them actually get up. The others are still laying there on the ground.
Do they appear dead?
Roll me a medicine check. They're dead. They look dead to you.
Well, their bodies should be buried anyways. I'm gonna pick them up.
Okay.
Assuming they don't weigh any more than 250 pounds total.
They don't, because they're malnutritioned. So you can carry all 3 of them. Yeah. You pick up one over one shoulder, you pick up the other over the other, and you sling the other in your arms. So now you're like you can't do anything other than carry people. You're carrying these 3 people, and the other 9 people kind of are like staggering slowly. One of them like is crawling and stands up and crawls, and like it's like they haven't used their legs in a while, so they're like having a really hard time moving. And another one just vomits all over the place as it gets up. They don't look good. Yeah, but you get them. You go back. You get them, and the other 5 that are at the door are there with you, Valerian, and Kalar and Maya.
Yeah. Valerian would also kind of look around the kitchen. Is there anything notable lying around, or?
Why, yes, there is.
Ooh.
You see, yeah, this was. You see 4 scimitars, 4 short bows, a longbow, and a spear.
Valerian will. Sorry. Is there anything else?
And 2 gold pieces worth of like knick-knacky type of things, as well as, if you want to write down, like it's like a small gem, but it doesn't really. It's not like magical or anything necessarily. It just looks like a small gem. It's blue.
Blue is
That's what you find as you're like searching around. Oh, and a bunch of kitchen utensils that are huge. Like you cannot carry those. Like maybe
Go
2
ahead.
of you could carry like a giant plate or a spatula, or like they're just huge kitchen supplies. It's like giant size kitchen supplies.
Or Illican if he wasn't already holding 3 people.
Yeah, or Elikin if he wasn't already carrying 3 people.
Yeah. Well, while the room is being searched, yeah, on myself, because I
Yeah.
really need it.
That was not a hard or not an easy combat for sure. For sure.
I
Yeah.
am completely out of everything.
That's the way it should be.
Valerian's also out of everything. He'd pick up some of this. He gets the scimitars and distribute it to the civilians are willing to take a weapon.
Okay, yeah, they'll all take it. Some of them are shaking. One of them, like you hand it to them, and like if like they go to grab it and then just like falls because they're like so fatigued and not strong. So one of them cannot be carried, but the others can.
Okay, and also the short and he'd offer the short bows, long bows, and some of the scimitars and the spear to the party if anyone wants them. If not, he'd be passing them to the civilians.
Do any of you want them?
Do any of them look like they're particularly well crafted?
Roll me a perception check.
I'm just gonna take the spear.
And if
no
anyone
one
has
any-
identify magic, you can do that.
Whoa!
25.
I was gonna be
Yeah,
like, I
one
would
of them
help you.
does. The
Okay.
longbow. There's like I think I said short bows, right?
Yeah, and one longbow.
The one longbow, yeah.
That one. That looks interesting. Anyone here, Archer?
Valerian shakes his head.
I can use it. I'm not
I-
good with it.
I probably could, but I'd rather stick with the sword, thank you.
Really? Well, if no one
Really?
else. I tend to spend time airborne, so
Attack
I
from
need-
above.
I need to practice with it. Maybe learn how to use it properly, but it would be better than what I've currently got for attacking frost giants from range.
Kayla's getting some upgrades.
Yup.
I
Question.
can
Don't you use your arms to go airborne?
No, I use my wings.
He has
they
arms
actually-
separate.
Yeah,
oh,
they
arms are
have-
separate from wings. Oh, okay. Oh,
he's not Rose.
Not actually.
Oh
a
yeah,
bird.
he's not
I
Rose.
just
Rose has chicken. Rose doesn't have hands.
oh no, Rose.
Rose has just chicken wings because of wild
Yeah.
magic.
But yeah, Valerian will hand the longbow to you. And
Okay.
are there any arrows around?
You don't have any arrows.
Okay, no arrows. None of these guys carried arrows. Feels bad, man.
Actually, I think there's a percentage dial, right? Like if to grab arrows out of a body, there is an arrow. There are some arrows around actually, because they were shooting.
Yeah, Valerian would collect them and
I
hand them up to.
I think there's like a roll that you have to make to collect them, right? Because sometimes they can be damaged, so you can't take them back. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, there's normally a chance of it varies slightly depending on the systems. I can't remember what 5
Yeah.
Is it? I thought that if the arrows were like shot from the bow, but I'm not sure.
Survival would make sense to me, but I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll let you obviously decide, Maggie.
I'm gonna have you stick the spear in my pack since I'm currently holding 3 people.
Yeah, Valerian will.
Right, yeah. At the end of the battle, you can recover half your expended ammunition by taking a minute to search the battlefield.
Okay, yeah. You could take 2. Take 2 arrows. Yeah.
Okay.
There weren't that many that were like dispersed, so.
Yeah, Mal, I sent you the.
I would recommend doing Identify Magic on that bow.
Yeah, that's what is.
Yeah.
It is cursed.
Cursed? Oh no.
Sorry.
Well, you see, I'm out of spell slots.
I don't know if anyone has Identify Magic.
I am.
Or Identify
magic.
Magic.
I has it. It's called her sister.
Yeah, you do have.
Yeah,
It's called
Arcana check maybe, but that's about it.
You can roll an Arcana check, but that won't tell you what it is. It'll just tell you if it's. No, you don't know.
No. Okay.
You've never seen this bow before. All right.
Start ushering the civilians out.
Yeah.
The safe
So we're gonna
door.
fast forward. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. Can I also Arcana check the bow?
Yeah. You can Arcana.
But before I do, Valerian would kind of do a bit of magic and on himself, and I will.
I think it's. I guess you can touch yourself. I was like, isn't guidance meant to be for somebody else?
I'll just go like, whoa. Guys, I'm doing the guidance.
I'm sorry.
Y'all need some sleep. Yeah, so
Yes.
Oh, come on.
with a 13, yeah, I don't think you've recognized this bow before.
Dang it. What a min roll.
Sorry. It's not an easy thing. An Arcana check to know what this would be is hard.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're muted, Quiet Geek.
I'm sorry. As long as you know what it is, we can identify it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll fast forward. What happens is
arrows and we all go.
We'll fast forward a bit. You push open the door with the magic that Valerian has. Valerian holds up the crystal or the rune that he has, and it lights up. And then you all see the button kind of move out for the door, and it lights up, and Valerian hits it, and the door comes forward and slides open, and all of you come rushing out. As you get outside, all you see is snow and ice, and it's like you're in the middle of a mountainside. But Milliken, you know, you've seen areas like this before. Roll me a survival. Actually, all of you can roll a survival.
Can I roll it with advantage for having been born in a mountain and spending most of my time in a mountain?
So can Quiet Geek's character.
Well, gosh darn it.
Wow.
There you go.
You all traversed for many days before you make it back to the town. It takes a while, but with Kalar's help and Illiken and Maya kind of aiding a bit here and there, and Valerian, you're not knowing. You don't know where you are at all. You've never been in these lands before. You're from a different place. You make it back to the town.
I have rations.
Yeah.
I'm useful.
That's helpful. Food you have to feed. You also, Illiken, roll me a 1d9.
A 1d9?
1d9.
Oh no. Did it work?
7 of them survive.
Wait.
Of the 9.
Can I cast Spare the Dying on the ones that are about to die?
Yeah. Yeah.
Followed by Cure Wounds.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All of them make it. All 9 of them.
Yes, Valerian's useful.
Now,
job.
were the 3 that I ended up picking up, were they actually dead in the end?
Because dead people don't get, or NPC deaths, they don't get like death saving throws. Like you guys get death saving throws, they don't get those. They just die.
Oh.
But because you use spare the dying, you bring them back to 0 HP, and then Quiet, you're able to heal them. That was really clever. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
See, making a pact with
You
my
know,
thing
as a
is
GM, I just need to
power.
crush everything. You know, I just need to like slowly, take it.
Yeah.
But thinking
Not
that
a psyker anymore.
So that's it for this episode.
Yay!
Yeah.
We did a prison break. Woo!
I was like, I have a plan. I have a plan. So I hope that you all enjoyed it. I know we went over by a lot. That's why I was like, are you sure? Because I was like, we could always just do this for the second thing, but we're getting there.
That was so fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you had fun. So we'll just go around and let people say where you can find them at and what their favorite moment was tonight, and we'll end it for tonight. But for those of you who are watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. Huge thank you to those who donated. We've got, it'll load for me. We had Doll, which is Mal's mom, which I think is awesome. She donated a magic item for $20. It's adorable. And I commemorated it in game forever. It's like, it says, from Mom, love Valerian, or to Valerian from Mom. And then we've got Footbo for the $30 for the threat. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed that little toasty bit.
Thanks for
very
boiling
hot.
me alive.
Yeah, and then Frank with the $45 to welcome in our new character from Mal with 3 wild magics.
And nothing bad happened.
And nothing bad. You got... Maya got a shit ton of HP. Mal got like an upgrade for... What does it let you do?
I can
Sense
detect
fire.
She can sense fire, or he can sense fire like within
The
500
yards.
feet. Yeah, and then what's the other thing? What was the third thing?
Oh, someone's teeth is now like a whale.
Oh
I have whale teeth.
Whale teeth.
Illiken has whale teeth. Maya, this is something that you notice is different about Illiken. He did not have whale teeth before.
She's not saying anything. She's just like, shit's been weird already.
You can
I'm
sense
not gonna...
fire up to a third of a mile.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I think there's fire.
I feel really hot right now.
It's a little warm outside right now. Is it just me? There's not even a fire nearby.
It's like the orphanage is burning. I think there might be a fire, guys.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you can feel the orphanage. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was before. Maya was part of that. But yeah, thank you all for the donations. It really helps. It's for a great cause. If you don't know what St. Jude is, definitely go check them out and see what they're all about. But it allows people to really just focus on their families and caring about for their kid and not having to worry about the cost of eating even, or making sure their pet's okay, or doctor bills, or any bills whatsoever. All they have to worry about is making sure that their kid gets healthy. And I think that is one of the sweetest and the most amazing things that we can provide to people. It's with donations from the community that allow for that to happen. So thank you very much. Beyond that, if you are watching this on YouTube and you didn't get a chance to donate, you can still go ahead over to it. I have the link down below if you're watching on YouTube, and you can still donate over there, and it will affect the next session right at the beginning. It'll be great. So yeah. And the next session will be next Wednesday, so tune in next Wednesday. We may have a different group of people because this is a persistent world and we constantly bring in new characters and things of that sort. And if you're a subscriber and you're interested in playing, make sure that you message one of the people with the blue name, the community team, and they'll make sure you fit the requirements and they'll get you flagged so you can join us. So let's go around the table, or around the spaceships, just to meet the other space Vikings. We'll go backwards this time, so we'll go with Quiet Geek, who brings us Kalis, who is very, very competent birdman that has found himself with 2 very nice items. And I would say that when you get back into town, just so you can share with everybody what that other item is that you got.
Okay.
You go back into town and Maya's sister, Rose, will identify the item for you. So go ahead and look at what that is. You can tell us. Yeah.
It's an oath bow.
Oh!
What is this?
You can basically specify a target as a sworn enemy, and you get bonus damage.
That's why I got really excited.
Oh my!
Yeah, but it was
God.
the wrong. It was the wrong thing.
It's really powerful.
The wrong creature died. Like that was on the hobgoblin. I thought I forgot that the hobgoblin wasn't alive. I was like, yeah, I get bonus stuff. But I was like, oh no, I don't, because he just had a long bow on him.
We killed that one.
Or like a short bow on him. Yeah, you killed that one. Yeah. So tell us where people can find you at, and of course, what your favorite moment was tonight. Besides getting 2 amazing magical items.
So many.
Aw.
It's been a while since I've done this sort of thing with the sort of like doing it on screen changes the dynamics a bit, and I've missed that. So thank you for having me back, and thank you guys for being a wonderful cast. Finding me. Yes, you can find me on Twitter if you really want. I have not yet succumbed to the cult of unified branding.
One of these days we will get him. Join us.
So you'll find that below, Infinity Redux, or just feel free to say hi on Discord. I'm generally around, but feel free to ping me if you want to.
Yeah, and we have an SVK4KIDS public chat that anybody can drop in, and you can talk to them about their characters or ask background stuff or ask about the episode, or if you just need somebody to like share your excitement with, that's the channel to talk about spoilers in.
Yeah, and suffice to say, Maggie got a short essay.
Yeah, he sent me a book. Between him and Mal, I think I have reading for the next week.
So like you have a book. Mine is just an essay.
Yeah, I think Mal's was an essay. Yours was a book.
Short
story.
Yeah.
I tried to make mine brief, but like it didn't work.
That was brief. That was not brief.
Mine's like a paragraph.
I legit had to ask. I had to ask Quacky to like make me a TLDR, because like the thing would be if you would have sent it to me earlier, then totally would have read it all. But I was like, I literally have an hour. He sent it to me at work, which I could not read it at work, and then I had like an hour before. I don't have time because I'm like trying to set up and I'm trying to like function.
I understand entirely.
Yeah.
It's, I got decision paralysis really badly because I had 3 different character concepts and I wanted.
Well,
to
if I
play
kill
all
you, then you can just have another one, you know.
Oh no!
He almost twice.
Yeah, you do
And
realize
he's the
that
healer.
means I send you yet another essay.
Oh, true.
But in positive news, I can ask for that essay, like the one of the character died, because I want to read this.
I was like, but then I get to read it.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I'm curious about
I
this now.
actually know the background stuff for the other 2 characters that I was thinking of playing, so if people want to know, I might share some of it. But yeah.
Down. I'm totally down for any character
Anyway,
stuff.
yes. Hit me up on Discord if people want to talk about stuff like that. And I will pass this to our newest player.
Yeah, so Mal, tell us where people can find you at and what your favorite moment was tonight.
Oh man. Hey guys, I'm Mal playing Valerian, our tiefling warlock.
Who helped people escape.
Prison Break! Okay, that was my favorite moment.
I think I'm going to have to name this episode Prison Break.
Yeah, mashing all the buttons, letting all the prisoners out, and just starting absolute chaos. That was great.
Okay, perfect.
Almost received a knife for your travels.
You could, Maggie made me log into my Twitter after a long time again today, so you can find, I have a Twitter at Mal2103, but I don't really use it. If you want to talk to me about anything, I'm on Maggie's Discord, and I'm on Discord every waking moment I am up, so
Awesome.
As long as I'm asleep, you could reach me there. And
we have an amazing community over there. So if you just want people to talk about like random stuff with, you can. We also have an animal channel where you can just like look at cute animals all day. We have tech chat. We have all kinds of stuff. So whatever is your jam, it may be something that you like if you want some pleasant gaming people to hang out with. And of course, go ahead. Sorry.
And if anyone wants to play World of Warcraft, just hit me up on Discord. I play that all the time. Or other games.
I think we have a group of people that have been playing it, so for sure. Okay, moving on to Tech Priest Khan, who plays the ever mischievous Maya, who oddly did not get into as much trouble today. It's like, maybe it's your sister that's the problem, not you.
Oh, I know, right? Like, oh my god.
Rose, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
In all these troubles.
Tell us where people can find you at, and of course, what your favorite moment was tonight. Stands in chat. He plays her sister.
Yeah, you could find me as Khan. I'm usually lurking in the Discord. And favorite moment, God, I liked all of it really. I'm not really sure if there is a particular moment. I still love that Mal tried to steal the gem off a goblin. Just like, oi.
I didn't try to steal the gem. I was telling him to get out of here. I was threatening him with reporting him.
You still should have got it.
You wanted the gem. You wanted it.
Don't lie to us, Warlock.
I'm not lying. I genuinely would have let him go. I didn't know the gem was that important.
Whatever.
No, guys, literally, not lying.
You may say that, but it's still my headcanon. You wanted that gem.
Also, snitches get stitches.
Exactly.
I want to see you give me stitch. I want to see you try.
Well, I mean, you almost got a stitch.
Hey, that was a clever idea, like using intimidation to scare him into like getting back to work, and also to get the gem. So.
Oh yeah, no, that was great.
It's clever. It just didn't work out. Not every plan
works out for me.
Feels bad.
Well, Illiken had the same problem when he was trying to convince the guard.
It almost worked.
Yeah, your roll was just bad.
Terrible.
Even my 50% of my spell slots did nothing.
Maybe next time.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Anything else you want to mention, Tech Priest?
Not really. No, I'm good.
All right, and last but not least, we've got Illiken, our ever valiant fighter, carrying all the bodies, making sure everyone makes it out safe. Tell us where the people can find you at SNAS 2150, and of course, what was your favorite moment from tonight?
You can kind of find me everywhere at SNAS 2150, most prevalent on Discord. I think my most favorite part of the night was when I was just trying to get everything to attack me. so that it would stop attacking everyone else.
Oh, you got attacked.
Yes, I got attacked real
What was
good.
the lowest your HP got?
I got to 13.
Okay, that's not bad.
Of 40.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'll have to try harder next time.
I'm so glad I got that health boost. I would have gone down.
I used everything.
That's good.
There was no temporary
That means
HP
you guys had a
in.
good, really valiant effort. Like, you're escaping from a frost giant's lair. It should be hard.
Don't make it harder. I would die. I almost died.
No, I made it easy enough. Basically, I have like a calculation that I do where I put in everybody's levels, and then you can kind of figure out like what the CR should be for each. Like,
almost got slammed.
Yeah.
Still
yeah.
want 1v1.
Here's the thing: you also
guy.
have to be tactical yourself as a player, right? Like, if you can't withstand that much damage, don't stand there, right? Like, let the person who can take the damage take the damage. You just have to be clever about it. If you're not clever about
That's why I'm here.
you die. Oh, I can't help you, you know?
Hide behind Illiken and pray.
I have Maya too, technically, because she is a pseudo.
Yeah, okay, calm down.
Maya just got how much extra experience or HP?
23. 30. That's like...
Oh my god. 23 free HP from Wild Magic.
That basically almost that like if I didn't get that, she would have gone
4
down.
levels of HP.
And she's also level 6, so it's like, oh my gosh. So
that makes up for the crap rolls I did for health.
Everyone's gonna take a level, so we will be chatting about that, I'm sure, after. But we're gonna close up the stream for everyone here. So thank you so much for tuning in to SVK for Kids episode 4, I believe. We're gonna call this Prison Break. I feel like that's the best title for this. Or Freedom. I also like the name Freedom.
Oh, Freedom.
And it's all
that's also
because
Freedom?
wild
Okay.
magic happened to me.
Yeah, I think Freedom might be
no.
better because it's less telling if you click on the video. But thank you all for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed it. And of course, if you are just tuning in or you didn't get to watch the full thing, if you're a subscriber, this will be available right away. If you are not, it will be up in the morning, so you don't have to wait too long. It'll be over at youtube.com/MargaretChromePlays, where all of our other videos are if you want to go watch those. And we'll see you next week for another crazy madness of an episode, as well as tomorrow. We're going to be on front page tomorrow if you're watching this. We are going to have another episode of our JJA, which is Jasper Jinx Academy. It is a witches and spellcraft game that I'm making. It's a tabletop RPG that I'm making, and we're going to be on front page. And I'm very excited to play that with a bunch of amazing other people who you should definitely tune in and watch. So we'll see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m. PDT, right here, same time, same place, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Toodles.
Different cast, though.
Yeah.
It's fine.
See ya.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much again for watching. We're going to do a little raid arena. I've never watched this stream before, but they also use D&D Beyond, and it looks like they're, trying to do some cool stuff with their stream. So I want to help support kind of like the smaller streamers, because I myself am not the biggest streamer ever either. But we're going to share some love with Dangerfield Mickey, because I think that's cool, sharing the love. So we'll go say hi to them, do a little bit of mag raid, show them some love, watch their stream, and see how it goes. Thank you all so much.